Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel. Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding Him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy, you're invited.
All right. Shalom, everyone. I am Elder Rawchaa, and you tuned in to G.O.C.C. Media, baby. You know what I mean? Let's get it. Shalom to everybody in the chat. Glad to be with you here this evening. Tonight, we're only going to be on about an hour and a half. I said that I would come on to open up the lines and allow people to, do a Q&A and ask a few things throughout the few shows that we have been talking about. So feel free when I open up the lines to ask your question, because I can't keep up with the chat. So I'm going to open up the Q&A for the chat, but I prefer people to actually call in, because I don't always open it up for call-ins. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. So, yeah, tonight we're going to be talking about, how you can actually, do things to actually get healthy here, like helping yourself, because a lot of these things, a lot of these things are actually in our hands. Okay, so I thought I would do a Q&A tonight. And it's just going to be about, like I said, how to help yourself building a healthy lifestyle in the right way. Okay, because a lot of people don't know. Still to this day, a lot of people don't know. And like I said, when it comes down to it, a lot of people, they just really, they want to be told how to do every little thing. They don't want to do any research. And it's all good. We still love you. But the reality is, the same Bible you read says faith without works is dead. We also just want to give a little understanding just to help people who just don't know. You know what I mean? So because I get questions all day long, all week long. And a lot of them are very similar questions. Okay. And I don't, like I said, I don't just sell to people in the church. So, obviously, we're getting questions from people who was outside of our church, but to the Jew first, and also to the Gentile. So, I definitely want to help the people in the body as much as I can. All right. So, I'm on here. I just got off the homestead. Had to come and put me some beautiful. Shout out to my sister KD Naturals. Somebody, believe it or not, they love your products just like I do. Somebody actually gifted us with your products from KD Naturals. And just so happens they gave us some of that beautiful lip balm. So, yeah. So, yeah, I have that, and I have my beautiful nasal spray from Lion's Homestead. Being out there in them chemtrails, I'm sipping on that protein, which we're going to be talking about tonight to try to help our people. We appreciate your donations to our church. Okay. Didn't buy Christmas presents, so used that money and went on key supplements and got family and myself to get right. All praises to the Most High. We thank you for your support. But more importantly, What I thank you for is I'm offering a service and you are being diligent and disciplined by, you know, keeping yourself on point and healthy. So I'm happy and I'm grateful that we can have a service and, you know, we can exchange and barter with things that actually matter, right? From items that you can actually trust. All right. So shalom to everybody out there. Make sure you hit the like button. Okay. So tonight I did say I would also tell people a few things that I do. We're going to talk about a few topics that's going on out there today too. Obviously, you guys see what's going on in Venezuela. I'm not going to go into that, but the reason I wanted to go into that subject just for a quick second is because basically copper is up at an all-time high. Silver have went up like 3 times in the past I think month or two. So you can look that up to get the accurate results on it. So silver and gold is up, and those things don't usually go up. They usually stay the same. They're usually something to keep your money, you understand, safe. Okay. If you just wanted to just invest and not lose your money, it's kind of like a Bitcoin. Okay. Well, Bitcoin would be like it. But yeah, this is where things are going. Once again, they're changing the whole economy. Things are changing at an all-time high. I'm talking about you're getting ready to see so much AI. You're getting ready to see so much AI very soon. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be outright crazy how much AI you guys are getting ready to see. Well, all of us, right? So this is where things are going. And the main thing is we really want to try to make sure that we're keeping our health on point. I get calls about people passing more frequent after 2020 than anything. The Most High is taking souls. And I pray for all the families out there that are losing loved ones, man. Like, it's just, you know, I lost a loved one a few years ago, but I'm paying attention to the heavens and how every few years it's like a period of souls just leaving the earth. And I'm talking about people from my own family calling me, hey, this person passed, and then another person's family, then people in the church, and it's like, man. So, and we can do everything perfect and we can do everything right, but when it's our time, it's our time. Okay, but yet and still, we still don't want to lose those we love if we don't have to. So at least let's do what we can of what's in our power to make sure that we can be around. Also, before we go in, we have our Hebrew and Bible Academy. I think they are on week 4. I think they did the Promise Seed last week. So if you want to join our Hebrew and Bible Academy, before we go in, just go to historytimes.org. This is just a quick announcement before we go in, because like I said, we're not going to be on too long tonight. One second here. Let me get the historytimes.org. I actually put that on the wrong thing here. historytimes.org. There it is right there. historytimes.org, our Hebrew and Bible Academy. All right. So it started December 21st. And I think they just taught the Promise Seed last week. Okay. So this is where you get live biblical, historical, powerful lessons to get you caught up in what's going on in today's world. Okay, you want to be in the know on what's happening, and why not support a church like ourselves who is helping to do it? Okay, if you can't get in it, you can get our lessons like today, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on our main channel and this channel. The main channel is A Gathering 144. Okay. This is the sister channel is G.O.C.C. Media, where we show different types of media, alternative topics when it comes to health and different things like that. But more so on A Gathering 144, we stick with biblical topics. But then we go in depth, okay? And we go in depth now in an academy for people who actually want to truly study and truly learn and take their studies very serious. Because I remember Elder Rawchaa used to put all of these deep lessons. He used to put all of these deep lessons, man, like just right on here. And what would happen is people would take our lessons, start churches, go and teach the same lesson. And it was just like, it's all good, but at the same time, it's not. We can't cast our pearls before swine. Even if there are people, sorry to tell you, they can still operate in the spirit of foolishness, lacking wisdom. So just like he told Ezra that I'm talking about is the Most High. Don't give this just to anybody. Give this to the wise. Okay, so let me tell you, y'all don't know the half of it. A lot of people think they can teach and can't teach. You can't just give what the Most High gives you just to anybody. So in life, sometimes we've learned when someone goes out their way for something and takes it serious, they're serious about it. When someone has to pay for something or invest in something, they're serious about it. The gospel itself is free. We teach the gospel for free across the four corners of the earth. But in-depth studies where a man's time is valuable, a woman's time is valuable of putting these things together, this whole thing together, it takes time. And so all we're asking for is the same price that we've been asking for years, $150 to help out. So if you were there countless hours studying, up late, going through books and libraries and doing all of this stuff, ordering books. So it takes finances to order these books. Okay. Hey, that's just what it is. I shouldn't even have to explain that. Unfortunately, I do to simple Hebrews who will never understand. Who will never understand. We have a lot of people who do understand. We have some people who will never understand. Some people who you will never be able to satisfy. But that's neither here nor there. We know that according to scripture, we're going to have those few true people who will always support, show love, and help to bring this thing to where it's supposed to be, and have helped us to bring it to where it is till now. And we couldn't have done it without them. So we appreciate all the support, but we have to put this announcement out there because we always have new followers, new subscribers, new people coming in the body, coming in the fold that may want to join this class. So, like Paul said, I'm going to put you in remembrance of these things. And then you'll have us going into it because some people, they've never taken it. And they watch the classes every day. And when they finally take it, they were like, boy, what was I doing? Maybe they wouldn't have had so much problems and issues in their home or in their workplace if they understood all of these things. Okay, so just wanted to put that out there really quick. No one says anything when Esau is shooting pharmaceutical commercials every day. This is something that's actually going to help not just your body, your soul. So wanted to put that out there really quick. All right. Yes. So guys, tonight's topic, how you can actually help yourself, you understand, and living a like I said, a healthy lifestyle. That's what we're going to be talking about today. One moment. That's what we're going to be talking about today. And once again, I'm going to allow you guys to go ahead and call in a second after I'm done here. So we need to tell you the right way to do this. And we're going to allow you to get a little wisdom tonight. So let me see here. One, I wanted to show this really quick. Let's start with something basic really quick. They're showing us every day what they're doing in the air, in the food, with injections, with clothing, and something that we can't live without, which is water. which is water. So really quick, I want you to check this video out because this is one of the main things, clean water. We understand that AI is using a lot of water to be able to operate, right? And let me tell you, I'm going to show you a video after this that when I watched Colony, they had those drones that would go and get charged. They would go and have like little, it was like a huge charging wall that came down on the TV show Colony. I don't know if people remember that, but that's what actually happened. And now I seen a video. Okay, I don't know where it's from, if it's AI or not, but I'm already knowing if they're showing it, sometime they're leaking things of what's about to happen. And they showed actual like little charging stations on the side of Walmart with little drones. So this is where it's going. So first, let's talk about what the Most High told us was life, that blood and that water. Let's check it out. So this is why I really try not to drink plastic water and just bring my little bottle everywhere I go. Okay. I had to pray over this thing just to pray. If I just needed some water, I'm not getting nothing out of it. But check it out really quick. Fair use for educational purposes only.
Hey, this is old Johnny Knuckles. My wife said her dang Walmart water tasted funny. I done looked what's in there. Calcium chloride. Guess who puts out calcium chloride? Pfizer. Look what it's for. Now, if you look down at the bottom right, it says like de-icer for your car and something else. This ain't for drinking. Why is Pfizer messing with drinking water? Hey, man, this stuff's going back to the store. They're trying to kill us. That's crazy. What's Pfizer? No, we're out of here. Y'all be safe. Hey, stay educated. Pfizer don't need to be in the water. They didn't. I said.
It is my belief and my awareness that there is a depopulation agenda between now and the year 2050. If you were going to make a massive amount of people around the entire globe sick, if you were going to do that, and at the same time you were going to lock them down, what do they have control of going into your home while you're locked down in there? Water. You can actually see for our water treatment that we drink and we shower in their proprietary blends, they include a protein called E-carol. That is a snake venom component that elicits blood clotting. You need to go look for venom. They are poisoning us. You need to look at the water. There is no part of me that even questions whether or not they're poisoning us in water. If you want to make sure your family's going to stay healthy, you got to make sure the air you breathe, the water you drink, and the food you eat is clean.
All righty. I just wanted to go in there. Now, the first guy, I'm gonna tell you this too, guys, so you understand something. Because sometimes we don't understand business. Sometime a company can own or control something without using destruction for every scenario. I'm going to put that out there first. I'm not saying that Pfizer is not using calcium chloride in the water. As we see that that's there, that cheap water there. I wasn't even worried about it for that personally. I was more so worried about the plastic personally. Okay. Because a lot of those water bottles, sometimes before they put them on pallets, they put them on the forklift when they're sitting on pallets, and sometimes they're sitting outside in the sun. Once plastic is heated, okay, or gets, hot enough, it starts to leach microplastics inside of the water. Okay, so just like people say, oh, Bill Gates is responsible for a pill. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I've never seen a pill in my store. So sometimes a lot of these things, they're going to put in cheap, low income environments. So you have to be careful where you shop. I've never seen a pill in any store that I've went in. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I'm also a little, I beware. I'm always warning myself to not pay attention to every little thing that I see on the internet. But anyway, I just wanted to show that video for you to pay attention to what you are drinking, because I'm going to tell you, while you're looking at the plastic water, there's a Mountain Valley water that I was drinking in glass. Come to find out, they found things inside of that. So at this point, I'm convinced I need to, okay, you're not going to be able to get away from all plastics, but you're going to really just need to do research on which company you're getting your water from. Even when you're getting distilled water, the distilled water is going to be in plastic because it's just the most cost-effective situation. Material to use for these corporations to make their money. So, but you can taste the purity in the distilled water. The only thing about distilled water is I always put Soleil water or Sol water, Sole, inside of the minerals back into the distilled water. I always do that. So I brought that out for you more so to pay attention to what you're doing with, not for you to stress, not for you to go crazy, but at the same time, those little bottles of water you've seen are very cheap, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not think that they're healthy. I don't think they're gonna kill you overnight, but I'm gonna say this. You know how also they said that Bill Gates bought the apple vinegar? What was that? Bragg's. Just because someone buys it doesn't mean that as soon as they buy it, they're starting the process of putting something bad in there. Now, I don't trust any of them. I don't trust the kosher. I don't trust the halal. But what I'm saying is, like Paul said, it all depends on the situation, man. Like, if I'm out and about, I'm getting ready to faint, somebody brings me one of those cheap waters, I'm going to drink the water. But on a regular basis, I'm not going to drink that water. Now, the reason I can drink that water is because I know I can just go home and take some activated charcoal. I can go home and take some, I can't say it, but some things that's on my site that purify water. I'm just going to keep it like that for those who are in the know on Lions Homestead. It's called CD. I'll just keep it like that. I can go and do it. That CD deals with microplastics, glyphosate, and makes it usable for your body. All right. So I'm just telling you, I want to show you the water because a lot of people can't control what's coming inside of their house to a certain degree. So what you can do is get you a home filter. If that's too expensive, get you a reverse osmosis system. That's only $99 on Amazon. It's it's the next best thing to distilled water. Now I have a distiller at home, and I also have reverse osmosis, and I also have a house filter, and I also have well water. So I've done a lot of different levels to sacrifice, Yeah, I mean, I lived in an HOA, but I did not like to live in an HOA but everybody can't do everything the same thing everybody does. So I'm just offering different alternatives for people so you can know how to do this the right way. If you're living in a place, especially in a low income area, more than likely there are cycling all types of chemicals in the water. You can actually look it up in your area, the test of the water in your area. You can look that up to see what they have in that water. And at any time when they want to flood the system with something to do like a 2020, they can. So like I said, there's a affordable house filter, 2-stage, 3-stage. Let me give you an example really quick. I want to give you guys solutions as well. We're going to go to Amazon. And this is the cheap house filter that really works. When I say cheap, it's not like cheap like China cheap. I mean, like, it actually really works. Let me see. Can I see this here? You know, these agents always trying to sell some stuff, but I'm trying to find the actual. Let's see. If y'all can give me one moment here, I want to make sure I get you the correct thing. Maybe I can go to the site itself. Okay, visit iSpring store. All right, let me give you an example here. This is just one of the many. This is not the one I have, but this is one of the many. So here you have this in the back. Okay, so you have a lot of these. You have some home ones. You got reverse osmosis systems, and this is a whole house filter. I have one that's very similar to this one. It looks pretty much just the same. Okay, and then they have some really, really, really technical ones as well that cost thousands of dollars. But this right here, you have your sediment filter, and then it goes into another filter, depending on what you have coming through your house. Okay, sometime like my filter, because they didn't dig my well deep enough, I have a little iron coming in, a little sulfur smell. Okay, but I rather sulfur, because sulfur is made up in every cell of the body, than drinking some arsenic and all types of heavy metals and madness that's in this water that's in the city system. But this can help. I mean, this is simple as connecting a PVC, cutting a PVC, getting some PVC glue. You got the PVC primer. You put the glue on top. You cut your PVC with your PVC cutters or a saw, whatever you got. You connect it together. You don't need to pay thousands of dollars to some plumber who tell you, oh, it's going to be about $4,000 for me to connect this. No, it's not. So get your hookup plumber or whoever you can get, or get on YouTube and find out how to do it. This is an affordable filter. I don't know what they're charging for this one. I was looking for a price, but this filter, I think it's usually going about $900. It could be even cheaper now. Okay, so it's not like something that, you can't get. Then you got, after it filters itself through your house and your water heater and all that, obviously, your drinking water, it can come through your RO system. Your RO system, you can just get that from anywhere on Amazon. So let's see, you can get a RO, reverse osmosis. Let me see. Here we go. Okay, I found it. I guess I didn't finish typing in. Look at that. Oh, look at that. It's on sale. Look at that. Look at Elder done got y'all to hook up. Whole home water filter system. 3-stage water purifier. Whole home. Top tier anti-scale filter. $479. There you go. There you go. All right. Now let's get your reverse osmosis. It's not as, let me tell you. No, you can go to Walmart.com. You can go wherever you want to go. So I'm giving y'all some wisdom tonight. All right, for your reverse osmosis. Those little filters that you just screw on, those are trash. That's just if you want to just take a shower or wash some dishes or something like that. They don't last that long, and then sometimes you put them on and it'd be water just all over the place. But I'm talking about as far as drinking water and keeping chlorine and fluoride off of your body. Okay, there we go. Here goes the reverse osmosis. Just really quick. Different prices. Just to show you, you'll be able to afford it. See? Yeah. Look at that. 115. 234. It's all the filters are not so expensive. You get these type of things and you change them out. You can find some for $99, guys. You get these things and you change them out every 3, 6 to 12 months, depending on which filter. Now you have clean water coming through your home, and a reverse osmosis can filter out. Let's see. Let's get the research on it really quick. One second. Let's see here. Let's just get the AI view real quick, even though we don't rely on it for everything, just for the sake of time. The best home water filtration system depends on your needs, but top-rated options often use reverse osmosis. Okay? So that's at the top of it. It says at the bottom, let's see. For budget and renters and under sink systems, bank offer convenience and high performance, reducing leads, PFAs, chlorine, and improving taste, odor. PFAs, obviously, forever chemicals and things like that. Look for NSF certifications. So I just wanted to show you guys that reverse osmosis I've been using. Reverse osmosis. I've been using reverse osmosis since we lived in Egypt. And I hooked it up myself. I used to have a company come out until I learned how to do it. And guess what? It was on point. Now, I did have some times where I was drinking the water and I felt dehydrated because of it lacking minerals. You do have some filters that you can get where they put the minerals in the water in some of the reverse osmosis systems. I don't have that one because we have a big copper jug that we fill up with the reverse osmosis water, and we put soul water in there, soul lay water, whatever. It's just like mineral drops, basically. So we do that, or whatever the case may be. So I wanted to put out first, talking about water, that a lot of people are dealing with issues because they're not drinking clean water. And like Elder Rawchaa said, Shalom, Elder Rawchaa, yes, you do have filters that can filter out fluoride. I have one of them. Okay. So I like to have backup. Okay. So I got my water well. On top of the water well, depending on it, some people's water well, they wouldn't even need a house filter. The well company I dealt with, before I choked them or I laid somebody out, I just left them alone because I didn't want to put nobody down, put nobody on their back. Because this dude, he dug my water well years ago, and he left a bunch of just sand in my swell that ran through my land, and I had to roll up on him and let him know, brother, you gonna clean that up. He almost took me back for a second. I'm not gonna lie, big old Viking Edomite looking cat, and I'm ready to lay out a giant real quick. And I'm talking about he turned me into the whole Testament of Judah for a second, and I made him. I told him, brother, I said, listen, my brother. I told him my people love me, and I don't mind. We don't like no trouble, but we don't mind taking a ride somewhere where you might be close to. I just kept it real with him. We don't mind taking a ride where you're close to. So I said, what I need you to do is go ahead over there and do what I'm asking you to do. That's not a dump site. So not only did they just come and, because it was raw new land, just try to when you get these things, you have to be on these people. Not only did they just dump dirt in my swell. Okay, a swell is like a big ditch. They did not dig deep like we told them to. So after messing with them for so many years, it came to the point where it's like I found a whole another way to fix the issue, because I'm not gonna lie to you. I know I had to finish. I couldn't be like Christ said. I can call a legion of angels, and I didn't want to have me and Deacon Alam and a few riders who, let me tell you, I didn't want to do that. So I said, you know what? Let me let them be. So I found another solution, and I'm giving you this solution, and I'm also giving you wisdom. If you dig a well, know the area. Talk to people that live in the area. If there's sulfur in the water, whatever. And then when you do get the well, get you a water test so you can know what type of filter you need, okay? So and it'll work all the way out. So I wanted to put that out there because I also had an issue with sand in my water. So this house filter, and I still thank Sister Lisa because she's the one who actually got me this house filter. I thank Sister Lisa for this house filter gift, and it stops the sand in the water. And there's another machine that can stop sand even more, because if you drink too much sand in your water, you're going to have kidney issues. All right, so that's water what we had to talk about first. Plastics, PFAS, chlorine, fluoride. So important to understand what type of water we drink. Let us stop letting these people market BS to us. Yeah, I said it. They think that we just supposed to. They think we're cattle and we were just supposed to take BS. No, we're not. Okay, they be planning BS, making incense and all of that. Huh? So yeah, they make incense with cow dung. I seen the whole video on it that you got in your house. Be careful with some of this mew 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 East Indian incense that you be putting in your house. Okay, so yeah, we got on the topic of water really quick. All right. Very, very, very important. I think we talked about the clothing already. Can I put this out there really quick, guys? Because I see people in the church liking it and all that, and I feel sorry for them. Just a quick announcement before we go forward. Father have mercy. I just feel sorry for some Hebrews. I mean, they have teachers and they so want to leave and go to Egypt and Africa, and they have no clue what they're getting into, guys. I really just feel sorry because, I mean, you be having our people in our church liking this stuff. It's like I never got into the Hebrew community thing. Like, please, if you come across this video, you can do what you want to do. That's first off. But I'm going to tell you, we used to have a guy back then named Freedom with the Truth Seekers. Okay? Nothing against those brothers, but I'm just keeping it real. They, it's all good. They came out there and, they did what they did, and it was not the way to act. And as men, they probably can say, you know what, we were wrong, we were young. And you had people want to go up to the White House and tell people to give us reparations. And now this is the same thing. So I'm going to divert really quick to show you that, no, this is off. And this is not what we teach. And this is not what the Bible teaches. Nothing against this brother because I don't know him and I don't know where he was taught, what he learned. I have no clue who he is at all.
You're going to see him expand the United States into 7 different territories in the name of Jesus. That's a prophecy. When he does this, many men are going to flee to the land of their fathers. That's what the prophecy said. You're not going to do that. You're going to follow the children of Israel. The children of Israel are going to D.C. to tell President Trump to let us go with our reparations.
He got it already figured all out. As you see, he already got it all figured out. Things we've been telling y'all for the last 20 years, he got it all figured out. Okay, but but he doesn't. Okay, so I'm just putting that out there real quick. Whether he says one or two things true, I mean, listen, you guys have your own teachers. Stop being tossed to and fro of every wind of doctrine, and then sending me this stuff thinking, listen, this is not deep. This is not nothing deep at all. We never told you to do anything like this.
The country to repatriate. We're not asking for reparations to stay. When this happens, the prophecy says that many of you are going to take hold to the Jews as we leave, and you're going to follow us saying, we believe God is with you. We're going to Mount Zion to build a house of prayer for all nations. Mount Zion is in Judea, in the West Bank, in a city called Telerod, where you can see the temple that David's men took from the Jebusites. It's still there to this day, and David's tabernacle is going to be lifted up, and we're going to build a place where everyone can come and praise and pray. We're going to be there for 3.5 years, and then they're coming to get us, and we're going to the wilderness. Join the call, sign the petition in my bio if you're leaving with us. It's also in the comment section.
So whoever wants to go, Go ahead and go. Go on like it says in the book of Jasher, when the men of Joseph left early and they left men of war, men of might, and all of them died. So one, yeah, a lot of stuff is bootleg from us. Like I said, I don't have nothing against this brother. I don't know this brother, but for people in our church who are nervous about this, there's nothing to be nervous about. That's why we told you, get in our Hebrew Bible Academy, get in our lessons, and see what's going on, because that's not what's going on. With all due respect to that brother, nobody's going to be let into Israel to build anything. If they let you over there, you're gonna be a slave. They're gonna send you to one of these Somalian countries somewhere. They don't want to let you in there. And if they do let you in there, they'll let you in when the bombs is getting ready to drop. 2, Christ said, okay, no, you shall not have ran over the cities of Israel until the Son of Man return. That's scripture. So if Christ said you're not going to go to any cities in Israel, what is he talking about? Huh? Mount Sinai is on the outskirts of the land. It's not in the land. Huh? One moment. Let me just get it for y'all really quick. Let me just get the scripture for you. Matthew 10 and 23. Oh, Father, have mercy. I hate to have to go through this stuff, but a shepherd loves his sheep. People are so antsy to leave, and then when they leave, they'll be telling us to come back. Don't you know, guys? People don't speak English in these other lands. You don't know what goes on in these lands. You don't know the rules, the regulations. As soon as I went, the first day I went, they stopped me. The first day I went, the police stopped me because I had earrings in my ear. So one, you got to know how to travel, what to have on, what not to have on. 90% of the people there didn't speak English. Who you finna call and ask for help? When we went to the cops didn't help us a lot of times. Most of the times. And then, you know, when things don't go the way a brother planned, he can't answer your questions, regardless of how much he loves you. That's just the reality of it. No matter how much faith he has, that have nothing to do. That's not the scripture. We're gonna read it right here for you, just so we can kill it real quick. All right, really quick. Just really quick. This is just this is just a side note. This have nothing to do with this lesson, but I think somebody was sending me this, asking me to go through it, or the elders. So really quick. Let's start at the end of 22. And you shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. But when they persecute you in this city, flee yet into another. For verily I say unto you, the verily means the truth. Okay? Ye shall not have gone over the cities of Israel till the Son of Man be come. Over with. Bomb drop. Not for me to get glory. I'm telling you the scriptures. You want to roll with unlearned men? That's on you. However this brother feels, he can feel. He's a grown man. He have the right to feel how he feel against me, anybody, if he feels we're wrong. But I'm going according to the Bible. I'm not worrying about what another man says about his feelings. We're not marching nowhere to get no reparations. This is what the brother Freedom was trying to do in the Truth Seekers. I wouldn't be surprised if they working together. Okay, like I said, I'm a man speaking. I have nothing against him, but I'm going to speak the truth. This is just the reality of it. Okay? The gospel, preaching the gospel of peace is what's making Babylon fall. We don't need to march to nobody to ask them for anything. The Most High is going to give us whatever he sees fit according to his will. Okay? People are trying to be a Moses or something like that. No. Okay? So there you go. The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant his Lord. All right, so I just want to put that out there really quick. So we'll leave that right there. Ain't nothing else to say. When I see people liking it in our church, that's when I realize, Father, have mercy. I pray for them, because these are the people who act like they are understanding doctrine down, but as soon as somebody's talking about leaving because we're taking too long or doing this and that, and let me tell you, because they don't have nothing going on in their life, or they're not focused on the gospel, they're ready to get up and go. And then later they come back and tell us as if they were going to spy out or something. No, you were not going to spy out. You were going right along with them. A double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. That's why, leaders, you have to know who labors among you. You have to know your people. And that's why we know people who say they were down with us or watching with us in certain areas, because a lot of people who like this, I know who they are. I know who they are. And I'm just like, man. So I just pray for them, though. But I want to put that out there. Let's go back to what we were dealing with. So we went over the water. We went over the water. Father, have mercy. And I want to show you something really quick of what I was speaking about earlier. I don't know if you guys seen this, but this is how things are going to look. This is where society is going. Artificial intelligence. Check it out. If you watch the show Colony, this is where things are going.
Man, oh man, I live to see this. Look, Mark delivering the stuff by drone. Look there, one's arriving there now. Look, that's crazy.
You see that?
That's crazy.
So you're looking at already the low-level Jetsons action going on, deliveries. Before you know it, you will have security drones flying around, and they will get right back on their little charging stations, just like they showed on the show Colony. Okay, so this is where things are going. So me and Ramar, we were talking, man, and, it's really time for us to take the homesteading thing a little bit more serious. It's really time for us to take the homesteading thing a little bit more serious. Okay, because I already know how it's going to go. People are going to, Elder, what are we going to do? Guess what? I don't know what you're going to do, because we've been telling you what to do. We've been telling you what to do. If something just happens out of nowhere, we don't know who we can get to, who we can't get to. So we try to tell people, hey, make sure you got your food saved, your water saved. Try to learn how to do these things. So if something does shut down and we can't get to people until things open back up, then we can see what's going on. But once again, do you really think that it bothers a person who's prepared like me? It don't bother me. But I know there's a lot of people who's talkers and not prepared. Just like Christ said, the harvest is plenteous, but the labors are few. Everything is available for you to get with your own hands. Everything's available for you to get with your own mind, your own work ethic, your own studies. Trust me. Yes, it's going to always be a very few people who cannot do. Those are the people we all are supposed to work hard for, that as a body, we can bear that burden and share that burden together. But talk about people who were just sitting back, just listening to lessons, want to be deep and share scripture. This is what Hebrews have become. You know how many Hebrews guys, how many different camps it is with different doctrines, and they talking about we should come together. One's calling on Yahushua. One's calling on Yahweh. One's calling on whoever, Yahweh, Yahweh. Right? One believe baptism. One don't believe baptism. One believes that they are John the Baptist or some crazy stuff, guys. These people believe that they can go and fight against a power that the Most High gave Esau. and this is what people in our church get caught up in, hey, I'm not worried about it. I'm just putting a warning out there for you. You're not going to make, listen, it's going to come a time where, and this is why I put the ball in our people's hands. I remember coming back to Houston, for example, and I never wanted to come back to Houston, but I'm glad I did now. I used to tell Elder, no, I don't want to come back to Houston, because I was always hearing about drama in Houston. Okay, I'm talking, for those of you who don't know, we're talking about our church. I didn't want to come back to Houston church because it was just always these leaders bringing drama. And I'm glad I did, though. But one thing I noticed is that with our people is that when you put the ball in their court, now you can see how serious they really are. If you give them everything, then no. For example, councils. For years, we would stay on councils 6 hours, 8 hours, 10 hours, 3 hours for grown-ass people. Grown people who claim they know the Bible and want to go wake people up with the law. Grown people who are supposed to be my grandpa, my uncle, all this stuff, who can't seem to dwell in the same house together, who were supposed to be an example to young people. Yes, we're lost. Yes, we went through the curses. But at the same time, our people started to think that it's like when we say we will counsel people and help them, guys, you have 30 counsels a week. You got to go to work the next morning, but you sitting here with some Negro and some Negrette counseling them all day long. Your boss wondering why you tired at work because you counseling some people who just can't get along. You counsel them the first time. Huh? Hey, brother, whoever you are, ain't nobody cursing nobody. Don't come over here and try to that's not a curse. Let me teach you something. Let me teach you what a curse word is. Go and read the word ass in the Bible. That's a donkey. A curse word is called damn you. That's what a curse word is. A curse when you're cursing somebody. So yeah, you can go on with all that. Since when elder curse? The elder don't curse. Okay, that's what an ass is. It's your behind. Grow up. Okay, and listen to the wisdom that's coming out. You always got some silly people who want to divert. You need to pay attention so you're not lost. You have grown people who have to be told what to do, like you got to hold their hands. And what I realized from learning from the wisdom of Moses and Jethro, when he told Moses, listen, Moses, the way you're going about this, you're going to tire out. We're not going to be able to ever get to the good work if we're constantly counseling people. The whole work, as a young man, I'm like, the whole work is counsels. I know our people are going to need counsels. I know certain situations are going to need counsels. But I'm like, hold up. I had to come up in this joint like Christ, like, hold up. And I'm not Christ, but I had to come up in this joint like, hold up, man. Don't you got to go to work? Y'all here in this joint y'all in the church every day. Nobody have time to build their own family. I'm like, we cleaning this whole thing up. I'm not finna sit up here with some grown people all day counseling them, and then after you spent 8 to 10 hours or 2 weeks counseling them, they still come back for another counsel 3 to 5 more times and still can't get it right. And guess what? Never get it right. So it came a time where I'm like, hold up, we not doing this. We're going to counsel you. But like Christ said, after first and second admonition, we're rejecting. Okay? If we counsel you once, we counsel you twice, it's time for you two to go and figure it out and watch from home. And when you figure it out from home, guess what? Give us a call back. We'll still be here. We're not kicking you out, but go and figure it out with the Bible that you say you know, that you go and whip people on the head with the law with. How you going to go try to wake somebody up? You can't even follow the law. The law is a blessing to those who it's supposed to bless. See? So, no. I had to come back and set things straight. And what I'm saying, why am I saying all of this? I'm glad they had the lesson on love not too long ago that the elders taught in the local churches, because that's the thing that we still lack. We don't love ourselves. We don't love each other. And two, when things that are supposed to be priority coming out, these are the things you don't love. You love deep lessons. You love, yeah, when you gonna come out with the next deep lesson? You don't even know the basics. We want to learn everything deep and flashy, but we're not getting the basics. So that's what we're talking about tonight. The basic necessities of health and life. That it's going to go in some ears and out the others, but I don't care. We're in the end time, so now I can care less. Let me tell you, I know Rawchaa. Rawchaa is a great elder. I watched him with females and males in the church. Me too. Just put up with people and all of that mess. Lying on people. Let me tell you, people lied on me and all that. All type of stuff. And try to put it against me. It really was them the whole time. And we took it all. Put up with people. And guess what? They are still gone and not here. We don't have nothing against them either. We always open arms and wanted and welcome people to come back and wonder why. We would see people get on there talking to vocab Malone after they left and all type of crazy mess. And it's like, man, these are people who we put our life on the line for. See? So now we at the end and we telling people, hey, you might want to do this and do that because of what's coming. Because all I'm hearing outside right now is death knocking at the door. But you still want to eat Skittles. Right? You still want to eat McDonald's. And then you get a little post. Yeah, man, you see what they doing. Negro, you just came from McDonald's. You see what they doing. Look, I see what you doing. Do you see what you doing? Huh? Yeah. So listen. This is not the time to be, for the shepherds to necessarily be worried about if people don't care, and we got to help people. The people who do care, we can't, as much as you don't care, we can't care. We care for you. But if you don't care about what we're talking about, we it's all good. I mean, we can't worry about it. We're going to take the few that Christ said that's written in that number and worry about them. It's just what it is, man. Like, I am not stressing and getting frustrated like I used to. Going out my way, man. Nah. If you want this, show that you want it. Right? Show that you want it, because this is what you're going to see. Drones, and you think we don't need each other? Look what these guys got. How you going to outrun this thing? How you outrunning this? And then they got a video, I think your Rock sent me or something like that, where these young brothers out there with these guns, they don't know it's a small space for that. They all have guns, but I don't know if you'll be having them. So we need to also train, like the scripture says, bow and arrow, axes. Just learning how to protect ourselves in many different ways in case you can't even use these things, because they coming with technology on a whole nother level. Check it out. The gang members, the so-called YNs is over with.
YNs, the streets is over, man.
People don't believe me.
Fair use.
People don't believe me. It's called Raven. We got Raven poles on each street in Maple. Maybe like 2 or 3 poles on each street. And if you shoot a gun, it will send us a notification to our cell phones saying somebody is shooting at this location. And we also have flock cameras. We got flock cameras. If you come if you come into the city or leave the city, it will take a picture of your car. So say like you driving in a stolen vehicle and it coming to the city, it will send us a notification to our phone. Hey, it's a red Honda Accord traveling eastbound on Libby Road. Shit, hey, we all running.
Go catch a glitch. If y'all want a shirt, go tap in.
I don't know what catch a glitch mean, but anyway, you see that? Do you see where things is going? Guys, they got control of the vehicles. They got drones running out. We got to really think on a whole nother level and start practicing things. Learning how to slaughter your own meat. Right? Let me show you, man. Listen, I did it. You can do it. You can do it. I hear people saying things like, I don't know where you guys are getting your meat slaughtered, guys, but I hear people saying, oh, the meat is tough. Oh, the meat smells gamey. Well, you're going to have to find the right place to do stuff or learn how to do it yourself. Because my meat I'm eating, boy, with that gravy on there, I'm going to tell you right now, it's sticking and finger licking. When that gravy don't stick, that's what I'm talking about. It's sticking and finger licking. I'm sopping it up. What we done taught y'all already. Hey, fresh meal grain. See what I'm saying? Thank you very much. And see, matter of fact, let me tell you what we got coming up in this thing. Yeah, buddy. You see that there? They got that good old kombucha. I call it kombucha, but we say kombucha, whatever. Listen, we got it going for you. Ooh, that's lovely. That is lovely. So we live this. We live this, okay? I'm telling y'all, we live this thing. So, it's like your rock says, bad butchering going on. Let me show you. Here go one of my cows I slaughtered. I got the other one getting ready to go up in the freezer. I'm fattening him up. Let me see if I got a video real quick. Yep. It's time to get it done. Hold up. Let's get it.
Not yet.
There you go. There you go, Miss Moo. Get on up in there. See them oxtails right there? You see them old oxtails right there, huh? Yeah. There you go. Let me tell you. Now we on the road. Now we on the road in control. You see what I'm talking about? That's it. I prayed over. That's another thing. I prayed over. Make sure tell the Most High thank you. For giving me this meat, and that's it. Okay. It's straight to the point, just like that. You see what I'm saying? That's it, guys. You got it. So now we need to look at what we're eating. We talked about being 40 and over and some things that we should eat. There's a misconception that as you get older, you eat more vegetables and you're just going to be just fine. Well, to each his own, but I'm going to tell you guys something you don't understand. There's a lot of vegetables over here that are not dense in protein like it is overseas. You have some legumes that you never heard of here and all that have a very high protein. I'm not talking about just beans and stuff like that. But that's not prevalent over here in America. Okay? And also, the way that things are now, these type of things are keeping you very dense in your muscle. We already talked about all these things. Let's just get to it. Once again, I'm just going to give you the key. Higher protein. It's almost like we're just reiterating what we went through in the lesson of over 40. High protein, fiber to digest it, fats to digest it. Okay, fats is needed for the brain. Fats is needed for your vitamins. Okay, your minerals. Okay, this is very, very important. Energy. Okay, low carbohydrates, the right type of carbs. Okay, quinoa, whatever you want to call it. It's a full amino acid protein, but you still need to get the right stuff. And when you do get some of this stuff, I'm going to be honest with you. You're going to have to soak some of this stuff. Like I told you, I soak a lot of my stuff in chlorine dioxide, that CD, to get a lot of these things that they spray on a lot of this stuff off, unfortunately, or vinegar or whatever the case may be. Okay, but some things I specifically want to do with CD. So, yes, nice whole grains. When they tell you whole grains, they're telling you whole grains that are genetically modified. I need you guys to keep in mind, non-GMO doesn't mean it's not sprayed. So you need to soak some of your things. Like the old school people used to say, when you're making that rice, you got that vinegar in that rice. Soak that rice in some vinegar, or you make it with vinegar, whatever the case may be. That's an old method. One, it helps you to digest those carbs better, and your insulin levels are not going to rise. So it's a whole nother thing with that. Okay, but they're spraying some of this stuff. A lot of stuff is being sprayed, so glyphosate in people's guts, so you got to be careful. If I get apples, if I get oranges, I don't care what I get, I am soaking it in CD. I soak mine in CD. I used to just soak it in vinegar or baking soda, but those things do work too. But now I have a better solution, because they're just doing extra things, even more extra things. So baking soda helps with heavy metals. Vinegar helps with a lot of things, mold, all type of stuff. So these few things that I named can really help us, but we really need to think about our protein levels. I'm noticing a lot of obese people, they give up. Oh, this is just me, accept me who I am. This is just who I am. This is just what I'm going to be. Whatever. But I'm going to tell you, some people even deal with diabetic issues, heart issues, breathing issue, lung issues, all type of different issues. And they think that they can't get the weight down. You can. You're going to have to. Some people think you go pick up a cup or you pick up something. That's not exercise. Okay? It's your own form of exercise. There's nothing bad. There's nothing wrong with it. But if you want to live and drop that and not have other issues where you are metabolizing your foods, metabolizing your vitamins, metabolizing things, and not saying, hey, I take this and I took this and it's not working, you have to make it work. It's not metabolizing because you got a lot of stool still stuck in your gut. Okay, so this is what I'm saying. Like, we really have to change those diets. Is really what I want to talk about. We really have to change those diets. Another thing is being consistent with the supplements. So let me go ahead and finally get on the supplement side back again, and what I do every day for the most part. Because if you don't have discipline, you're going to look crazy like this woman here. Let me give you an example of a person who just says, I don't have discipline. Now, you're probably like, well, this is on the Pop the Balloon show, but I want to give you an example of the mindset. This man says he don't want a woman, basically, who's not disciplined. So check it out. She's pretty, she's all that, but she's not disciplined, right? And one day life is going to hit you in the face like it hit this woman in the face. Check it out. I want y'all to check this out. You're like, what does this have to do with health? Mindset. People who say, oh, I can't do it. Oh, this is just who I am. Check it out.
Deal breakers. Somebody that's alcoholic, smokes weed too much, things like that.
Okay. All right. Got it. So okay. All right. Let's go on over there. Let's see.
First, you already hear people who, when somebody tells them, when somebody tells them they can do better, or hey, they don't want this, they more so try to make it something negative. What does the scripture say about this? A evil man or woman will not be reproved, but find excuse according to his or her will. So they getting mad at somebody who's saying what they want. Now, yeah, maybe they don't have to want what he wants, but check out the mindset of our people. One, you don't even see how these Nigerians and these Africans are using our people's downfall to make money. But I still like to watch the show sometime because you get to see the mindset of some of our sisters and brothers on here. You understand? But let me tell you, these Africans is coming over here, and these Africans that you see are our people, but they're still from another country. So they're coming over here benefiting off of the downfall of Judah. Okay? Obviously, you're going to see people on here who wouldn't know everything, who don't have it all together. But it's just crazy how you have us looking like we're in a slave auction block trying to find love. Total craziness. But anyway, these three women pop the balloon. You roll up to them in real life. They're pretty. Oh, what's your name? All this stuff. Girl, you look good. All of this, whatever. And you finally want to date her, get serious. But you have some deal breakers. And some of y'all out there probably used to be the same way. But a lot of men did not like their women to smoke because it just did not seem ladylike. And so here's a few of these women who was like, bop, bop, bop. Dude can be handsome. Dude can be whatever. Have everything going on. They will not change it, even if discipline can give them a better life, because they want to have a weak mindset. Check that out.
I just a lit girl.
Listen, you guys, let me tell y'all something, man. When we play stuff, obviously people are not in the truth like you. You're not going to see people like you. You didn't hear Elder saying at the last lesson when he was talking about the Babylonians? Sometimes you make yourselves enemies because you just go around like a Pharisee judging people. Of course they're not going to be perfect. Of course they're not going to have her outfit. Of course. The same outfit you had on when you was in the club. Come on, grow up. When will you pass this part of your ministry, of your growth? This is why I tell people, y'all be wanting something deep. We can't even play a video without people. Oh my goodness, look at her. Of course. She's a part of the world like you once were. Are you that shocked? The Most High didn't seem to be so shocked when he woke your behind up. Get off of that mindset or you will not make it. You have not arrived. I'm trying to bring a point here. I really can't stand it. I'm just be honest with you. I can't stand this type of mindset. Every time people is going around judging people because they're not in the truth yet. It's your job to be the bait to fish them out. Or you will never get a fish. You'll just be in the truth and there's nothing you've done great and now you're going to hell because you've never done nothing great. Or you'll be least in the kingdom of heaven. So I'm just putting it out there for you in case you didn't know, my people.
Like, honestly, I can't even hold you. I don't know how I'm gonna come home on some nights. And
What?
I don't mean nothing a little crazy. Not nothing a little. Nothing.
It's not a show for you to come and joke around.
No. I'm
Okay,
just weak right
all
now.
right.
My bad.
I need you guys to be serious because it seems like you lot are coming here for a good time.
No, I didn't.
And it seems like you lot are not looking for love. Because a lot of you are popping for reasons that's not making sense. So I need you to actually take this seriously.
Your name and age, and why did you end up popping your balloon?
Now check it out. When it comes to rule, when it comes to law, our people, look at the faces on these women when reality kicked in. This is why I showed this. When reality kicks in of what's coming, and we told people, hey, try this out, try to do this, try to do that. I told people, hey, if you live in an apartment and you don't have it like that, You can go find a little country town, go rent you a house for the same price you're paying now. You can go and buy you a house. Yes, it's not going to be the best, but you won't be staying in an apartment. You can fix the house up. You'll now put equity in the house that you can take out later. You can rent the property out later. You'll have your big backyard, whether it's, maybe you don't have all the acres. Some houses have the acres, some don't. But you can still do what we're saying, okay? And then, you know, the people basically who I'm talking about, who could do things that God have blessed them, that they could actually do it, but they never did it. And then when reality hits, they're looking around like to blame somebody or looking for somebody to help them, but they didn't even try to help themselves. I'm telling you tonight how to help yourself. Push the likes in the, like he said, push the likes. If y'all came in and you didn't push the likes so people can get this show. We need to get this out to people. Okay? Reality is going to kick in like this young lady. Oh, she's pretty. Who cares? Pretty is not doing anything anymore. Reality is kicking in. The walls are closing in. Let me tell you, they're squeezing us in. It's forcing us to come together, forcing us to love each other, but nobody's coming together with fools, laziness, slothfulness. Let me tell you, when you seen this girl, now you can tell the look on her face. Y'all don't really got nothing going on. You came to this show like most people. You can go to some of these people's pages. They got 100 followers. The only thing they got going for them is they pretty. They don't got nothing going on in their life. They might be living on, you know, public assistance, Section 8, food stamps, and they come on there like they're the baddies or they're whatever. Reality is going to kick in. This sister on there probably knows she need a man. She on here playing. She don't see what's going on out here. It's young women. Let me tell you, in some of these country towns, it's funny because it's young women in their 20s marrying men in their 50s now because it's not enough men around anymore. That's serious. It's getting real out here. I'm talking about real stuff, guys. If you're on here, hit the like button. I see people in here saying hit the like button. Go ahead and hit that like button really quick. It ain't going to cost you nothing to do it. Reality is going to kick in. So if people like the elders don't come in here and nurture you and give you good pasture throughout the week, I'm just telling y'all, reality is going to hit. You got some people actually telling people, man, you need to do this and do that, but they're not doing it. You know what's work? Y'all know who make kombucha out there. How much work it take and how long it take to get this stuff. You know you have to be actually actively doing things. I'm living this lifestyle. I try to show and promote, you know, that we're doing it because you can do it. So let me give you an example. I wake up in the morning and I probably take my, I probably get my Lion's tea. You know, my Lion's tea I sell on Lion's Homestead. My Lion's Brew tea that I didn't keep for myself. Now that I share with everybody else. Okay. I wake up and I deal with that Lion's Brew tea, man. All right, that dandelion tea. Sorry, it's not for pregnant women. All right, it's not for pregnant women just yet. So, I maybe one day I will make a special one. But I get my beautiful Lion's Brew tea. Let me show y'all right there. That's it, just to show you. This is what I'm drinking every morning. Okay, I drink that every morning. Then I have my Colloidal Copper right here and my Colloidal Gold. Okay. I actually deal with my clear nasal path before going outside. I'm giving you stuff because y'all want to know what I did. I've been telling people I was going to do this for a long time. I take this part A and part B you see right here, this water purification. I activate it with a Q-tip. And this is my lifestyle. This is a consistent lifestyle for me. Just like they used to swab y'all in 2020 with the wrong thing. Listen, it's all type of more gelins and heavy metals and stuff out there. I stay on my game. And it's very easy and not stressful because I believe in what the Most High have made to help the people. I believe in it, and I use it actively, me and my family. So I go in one nostril all the way to the top like they did. Same thing they did. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. I go in each ear. Okay. I gargle it. Good. Boom. If I feel like I need to down it, then I'm going to down it. And I keep it in my restroom. I always have some activated in a glass with a top on it because I don't want air to get to it. I might keep it in there 3 days, 4 days, and then reactivate some more. Sometimes I gargle it, whatever the case may be. After I brush my teeth, I got my mouthwash. I brush my teeth without toothpaste. And you're probably like, well, Elder, are you selling stuff? No, I'm selling you what I do. I'm selling you everybody wants to know what Elder does. This is what I do. This is just what I do. You can do what you do. I take what else do I take? My protein. Okay, so I get my protein first thing in the morning. I'm over 40. So the protein in the morning is what I do specifically. And that is with raw milk. So that's how I'm getting raw milk. Right in my protein, half raw milk, half water. So you want to know what I'm doing? I'm dropping it on you. Okay. And I may forget a few things, but I'm telling you for the most part, everything. After my protein, I'm going to work out. And what else am I doing? Obviously, I told you I take my copper and my gold already, and some other things. Then I come home, I eat lunch, I eat my grass-fed cow, okay, that we have in our freezer, chicken, whatever. I eat whatever, from the garden, whatever that we have. Amazing homestead food. I drink kefir. Because I guess a lot of people don't think they can get it all in. Yeah, I get it all in. Okay. I drink kefir. With that kefir, I'm taking vitamin D3 plus K2. Even though it has K2 in there already, sometimes I need a little more. I'm going to take that. Obviously, I'm taking a little magnesium in the morning. First thing in the morning. I forgot to say that. What else am I taking? At lunch, again, I'm taking my vitamin C. I take 12,000 milligrams a day. That's what I do. You don't have to do that. I put everybody don't work out like me. So, and I don't want my cortisol levels to be all over the place. So I take that. I don't need my nerves all over the place, shaking and all kind of stuff. I do a lot of work, a whole lot of work. So I really need to replenish my body. So that's why I take so much, so that my body and my nervous system is not overstressed. I found out throughout years that my body needs that. I take no less than 450 grams of magnesium a day, our powder. So I take our powder a little bit in the morning, and I take most of the magnesium at night. 6,000 milligrams of MSM every day. I've been doing that for years for my knees. Between the MSM, the copper, and the vitamin C, it helps my collagen, my joints. I had a pain for 8 months lifting the 100-pound dumbbells. If you guys follow my channel, those I weighed 210 to 215 at 6 feet off and on, depending on my diet. But anyone knows, because I went live today and said this, anyone knows when you are doing a standing dumbbell press, it can be a little dangerous, okay, if you're not careful. So it came down and it tweaked my elbow. My elbow was hurting for about 8 months. No matter if I iced it, no matter if I took pain pills, it still had a crazy pain. I realized at that time that I was lacking copper. So I had to take more copper. And as soon as I started taking the copper, it was gone in 2 days. Because, I didn't think that, I thought that I was getting enough from food. And this is what I'm trying to tell people. The food is weak, man. Like, the food is too weak. Some of the stuff I buy from the stores, it's too weak. It's too weak, man. I'm just telling you. It's too weak. So it's like some stuff you're going to get from food and some you're not. I think the most powerful food for me, food-wise, Grass-fed beef, if you can get it for a good price. If not, I would soak that meat in my part A and part B you see here personally, in my personal opinion, to get any type of things out of there, because this stuff is pretty powerful if you can't afford that. But the beef, obviously lamb, goat, your own raised animals, period. And your stuff from your garden. That's the most powerful stuff. Fresh milled. You can't compare. Guys, I'm gonna tell y'all something out there. I see a lot of people out there. Do your thing when you're baking your stuff. I'm not here to say what I'm doing is better, but don't try to compare homemade to fresh meal homemade. You can't. There's no comparison. There's no comparison at all. It's better to make it homemade than buying it from the store, though. But you can't compare the two. So get your practice on, and then eventually you'll get there. And it will taste just the same, but it will taste better. So that's where you start. If you still don't understand fresh meal, start there, because I started there. So I'm not telling you because it's not good. I'm telling you that's where I started. When I started there, I was putting moringa powder in my flour, all type of stuff. We didn't know about fresh meal until we studied it, and then we shared it with you guys. But you can't compare the two. I'm sorry to tell you. You can't compare homemade probiotics to homemade yogurt. Store-bought yogurt. Homemade yogurt compared to store-bought yogurt, way more probiotics in homemade yogurt, homemade kefir, all of that. So this is the powerful food. I'm sorry to tell you, the food from the stores is just something we add to make dishes. It does not really have a lot of nutrition, depending on where you're getting it from. And even when you do get it, a bulk of your stuff, honestly, is not going to have a lot of nutrition. This is why you supplement. So, so at lunch, my wife also gives me, whether it be in the morning, in my tea. We have our Lugos iodine she puts in my tea with my B12 drops. She adds that in my tea. I cannot taste it in my tea. So she adds that in my tea. So I'm getting that with the selenium and all that in my tea. So you guys want to know, how are you doing all of this? How are you taking all this stuff? Yeah, I'm showing you how I take it all. I get to the gym. I am going to deal with my ultra test and whatever else I feel like I need to deal with. If I feel like I need ashwagandha that day for a better mood, because it gives me an instant good mood, or extra boost of testosterone or whatever, I take my ashwagandha with ultra test. Okay? I've had time to rest my body and not overcome my liver enzymes. I'm doing this every single day. Vitamin D, if I need it with K2, if I ran out of kefir or something happened, which I don't run out of kefir, I know when I need more and when I need less. Okay, that's one of those things. At night again, and I'm probably leaving some stuff out, some minute stuff. Because every now and then I'm going to take, being that I'm over 40, prostate formula to make sure I'm maintaining my prostate. Every man should know after you're 35, you have a naturally, your prostate is going to be enlarged. Don't go to the death camps and the hospitals and let them tell you, oh my goodness, you have an enlarged prostate, when naturally it happens in men anyway. But I take maintenance things sometimes, even if nothing is wrong with me, because I'm a very healthy person. I really don't get sick. Only time I get sick is if I overtrain, where my nervous system is getting tampered with and I'm not getting enough rest. That's the only time you really see me get sick. I really don't get sick. All right. So I may have some allergies here and there, but that's from vaccines when I was small. So at night, I'm taking the gold again and the copper sometimes again. And I'm taking a nighttime sleepy tea that my wife has. It's a special tea that we're thinking about selling. We don't know yet, but wow, it's amazing. That's all I'm going to say. So I'm taking that. I'm taking some more vitamin C again. Okay. But if I'm taking vitamin C again, I'm not taking copper, because I don't take my zinc and vitamin C with my copper, so that I can make sure that I am absorbing the copper. zinc and vitamin C can stop you from absorbing it. That don't mean you can't take it. You have to learn how to space things out. So everything that I said may be different from what you have to take. When it comes to berberine, when it comes to max detox, when it comes to these things, those things I take as needed. If I feel like, okay, I'm stopped up, I ate some at a restaurant, whatever the case may be, I want to do a cleanse. Okay, I'm max detoxing, or I'm colon cleanse, colon sweep, or I'm berberine every now and then. It's some of those things. It's in between. Once a week, I'm going to deal with some activated charcoal. Once every 2 weeks on before the Sabbath, because all the toxins in the air, the toxins in the water, the toxins in wherever else. If I touch something when I'm dealing with my animals, boom. I am not parasite cleansing often at all. I'm parasite cleansing once every, I'm led with the Spirit. Once every 3 to 6 months, I can pay attention to my own stool. If I'm seeing worms or parasites coming out, which everybody is going to have some of these things because you're eating things in restaurants. You're going to see these things from time to time. I don't see them most of the time, but every now and then you got to pay attention to your stool. It's a science with your nails. When you're seeing things on your nails, what you need, what you're lacking, your stool, you got to know all of these things. Your skin, you got to pay attention to your body. Okay? Now, you also see here the copper mist glow. That's for nighttime. We use these things to make sure the skin is on point. Okay, I add personally DMSO so that it can go into my skin even more. I do not sell DMSO, but I add it because it brings anything into the skin to make it go into the skin even more. I don't have to give y'all all of this stuff. Boric acid capsules. Those things are used when necessary for UTIs, whether it be men, women, or you have a yeast infection. That's what, I can't tell you what to do with them, but that's what men and women do with that. Okay? Men, you know what to do. In your private time, you go in the restroom, you open the capsule. If you're burning, you put the thing on there, and you should be good in no matter of time. You drink your little cranberry juice, and you good. And sisters, I can't talk about what you could do on here with this, but do your research, all right? It's just not appropriate, all right? The deodorant spray, we use that every day. The black seed oil, we use that. So I had to come on here because these are the things that I use every day. The oregano oil, cold pressed, and the seed of strength oil. I use that every day. And if I miss a few days, it's all good because it's not necessary every day. But when I say every day with those things, it's probably about 4 out of 7 days. That's what I mean when I say every day. Because sometimes I'm just a human. I'm just going to forget. So then when my spirit leads me, oh, give daddy some of that seed of strength oil. Give daddy some of that oregano oil out the cabinet. Okay. I'm just taking that because I know if I'm going among the body and people are sick in the body, I'm taking that because I don't want my children to get sick. I don't want to get sick. If there's some type of fungal thing going on, the one thing I like about these oils, I can use them with my coconut oil or whatever butters. I could put it on my feet. And because I get out of the shower, I put this on my feet. You could put a little drop on your feet, whatever the case may be, with whatever oils. Put your socks on. Once it absorbs, you can take your socks off if you need to. And you can take it internally. That's what I do personally. You know what I mean? So I can't tell you what to do because I'm not a doctor and I can't give advice. But that's what I do. And I'm going to tell you something really quick. I'm very consistent. So as you see on my site, a lot of these things, if you read, you cannot take them internally. Okay? You can't take them internally because I cannot advertise for people to take anything internally. But I'm telling you what I do since people ask, okay? So I wanted to put that out there. So that's it right there on LionsHomestead.com. All right? Those are the things that I take. Now, if you want to know, from KeySupplements.com, I just told you most of the things that I take from there. But I take what's for me. What I notice with a lot of people is they will say, I heard about iodine. Okay. You're supposed to take iodine every day, whether you get it from me or not. Whether you get it from me or not, this ain't no I heard type of thing. Oh, I'm getting it from C, this and that. I don't take a lot of things from the C no more. The reason I don't take a lot of things from the sea, you can ask questions when I open it up. The reason I don't take a lot of things from the sea, because most of the seas, the Gulf and all that is tainted. So I don't really get a lot of things from the sea like that, personally. I don't trust eating fish. I used to eat fish 2-3 times a week when I was in Egypt. But the Mediterranean Sea is one of the safest seas. So I really don't overboard get things out of the sea no more. Not too much. I try to balance it out. One, I know that I'm not probably going to get enough iodine from the sea. The reason I know is because I can feel my body. I can feel when I take this iodine that's mined from the earth. But the other stuff that's tainted in the sea, for some reason, I just don't feel the power of it. And I know my body. So that's not trying to sell nothing. That's just the reality of it. Okay. Omega-3, 6, and 9s. You already know about that. All right. You got to have your omegas. That's a part of the diet. You got to have your magnesium. I personally like the powder magnesium. Moringa. If you're going to take moringa, don't play with it. Take it twice a day. In the morning and at night. It will boost libido for men and women. You take it at the same time, you're going to have your little party, whatever the case may be. I'm just saying, you got to be really consistent with it, though. If you're really, really, really consistent with moringa, that's when you'll feel the effects. I take moringa every day, but it's also in my tea. It's in my tea. So that's how I get mine in, because it's in my Lion's Brew tea already. Okay, so you have options. A lot of people have options. Iron fish. Every time we make our tea, the iron anchor is already being used for the tea. On top of what's that? Dandelion root having iron in it and vitamin C. So I'm getting it both ways, okay? All right, so I just wanted to put that out there. You know, all of these three things. You got the mushroom blend. If you don't have mushrooms at home and you're not dealing with them on a regular, boom. Digestive enzymes is something I keep in the car for when I'm going to restaurants. I pop the digestive enzyme, no different than apple vinegar. You're going to make sure you digest that food and don't have any foodborne illnesses. Emergency immune support. You already know about that. Collagen. You want to keep your skin tight on point, but you're still going to have to take enough vitamin C. Okay, so yeah, I deal with all of these things, man. Like I can't go through every little thing, but I know my body, what I need every day, what I need sometimes. You need to know you can't take 30 supplements a day. You're probably like, well, Elder, you did. Well, no, I know how this goes. I know not to overwork my liver enzymes. I know not to do crazy diets where you just shock your body. If you shock your body, so what happens is you can make your liver enzymes mess up from shocking your body, over drinking alcohol, stress, not having enough protein. Something else I'm thinking about. Hepatitis. Yes, I'm gonna have CoQ10. It's a lot of things that I didn't have because I didn't feel like I needed certain things, but I'm adding a lot of things to the site, so stay tuned. We have a whole new thing we're adding to the site that's going to help a lot of people. And I'm not just talking about one supplement, like a whole actual, I can't speak about it right now, but because it's in the works, but you're going to see very soon. So just pay attention because we're constantly evolving to help more and more people. All right. But like I said, valuable things you need every day. Iron, copper to absorb it, vitamin C and copper to absorb it, and that absorbs collagen. Vitamin D, you can get it from the sun, but if you don't eat fermented foods, you better be taking vitamin D3 plus K2. Not vitamin D3 alone, or they can give you osteoporosis down the line because the vitamin C will be stuck in your body and not go to where it's supposed to go, to your teeth and all that. People have seen different things in their teeth from taking vitamin D3 plus K2. Very, very, very powerful #1 supplement seller on my site worldwide. We ship worldwide. Japan, Sweden, Netherlands, UK, Australia, Canada. Okay, very, very powerful supplement for those who understand it. That supplement is not one of those things that it's just a normal supplement. I had to learn that from an elite person when I was overseas to sell it. He told me to sell MSM and he told me to sell vitamin D3 plus K2 that an elite doctor prescribed him. So, the main thing about that, and one more thing I wanted to put out there for the sisters who have hormonal functions. I'm only putting it out there to help you from testimonials and things like that. Let me see really quick. Because there's a lot of people who don't know how to be consistent of why they're not seeing results. So, you got your Celion cinnamon. You got your cold and sweet. We got so many things. So we're reformulating a lot of stuff though. Okay, deep calm for anxiety right there. Okay. Mental peace. Mental peace. You see that mental peace right there? So mental peace, and also, where are they? One moment. The female gummies. The female hormone gummies. There they go. One moment here. The female hormone gummies. So, partner those up, couple those up. Sisters who have premenopause, who have menopause, you're 35 and over, or you have hormone issues. The herbs in there, boy, let me tell you something. If you've ever looked these herbs up, let me see here. If you've ever looked these herbs, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you something. The wild yam. Guys, I'm going to tell y'all something, man. All of it in one. This is the one I wanted to go to. Our gummies actually work. You have to be consistent. Some of the best stuff in here are your artichoke, your chicory root. You can give chicory root to your lambs and your sheep and all that. It helps to get rid of things in the gut. Okay? Your black cohosh, turmeric, wild yam, red clover. Guys, ashwagandha, chasteberry extract, ginseng, flaxseed, because the flaxseed helps to balance with your estrogen and all that. Also, when you look up here, okay, you have your proprietary 40 billion probiotic blend. Now, why do we have probiotics in here? We have probiotics in there to allow you to absorb it. It's very important. A lot of women deal with the hot flashes and different things like that. You probably should take some boron. It really helps to balance out the hormones. Very powerful. Boron, 6 milligrams with this premenopause and the female one. Now, you know we used to have the female enhancement. We're bringing something like that back out. But when it came to some difficulties and continuing to have it, it was out of my control. So when it comes to business, it's not an easy business, and that's just what it is. So, but we brung these out because they pretty much help. You can take ashwagandha as a woman. This female hormone gummy, the premenopause if you need it, if you're over whatever, or if you need these things for your hormones in general. If you have a cycle that's on and off, it's what the scriptures call the issue. The woman with the issue that came to Christ, she kept having an issue on and off. The hormones are all over the place. The gut is not in order. This is why we try to tell people, try your best to flow and go to the restroom. It's very important. If you're not doing it on a regular because you have stuck stool or because you're obese, you don't exercise, you're not jumping and getting off the floor, your hormones are going to constantly be all over the place. You have these extreme diets that you just shock yourself to. One day you're telling people, oh, I'm doing this. Oh, yeah, now I'm doing that. No, you can't do your body like that. Your body hates that. Your body hates that. When you're over 40 in America, in the Western world diet, people who don't have the Mediterranean style diet to a certain degree, not everything, but fermented food, good clean fish like back in the days, all types of nice ale and wine, probiotics, like the good stuff, making your pasta at home, eating the right oils, eating the right salt. A lot of these things matter. The hormones are going to be all over the place. Cortisol, stress levels, you're not getting enough sleep, you're stressing from the children, all type of stuff going to happen. That's why these things are important. I'm telling you right now, you can fast, you can do a crazy extreme diet, and then your hormones are going to be all over the place too sometimes. So you just got to learn your body. But if you're taking things on the regular and being consistent with them, what I'm telling you is you guys are going to be a lot better. A lot better. Why do you think I do these things every single day? Every single day. I have a whole thing I do every single day. Only thing I may change up is my exercise routine. I may work out full body 3 times a week, and then sometimes I may go 5 days a week and rest on the weekends. And then on the weekends, I relax a little bit. I might drink me a little homemade wine, whatever the case may be, some expensive ale from Europe, because I don't drink some with glyphosate in it over here. I have to drink the expensive ale. I'm not a beer guy, but I drink expensive ale that's living ale from made from overseas. Consistency is the key. I told you I did not heal my knee until I took MSM for 6 months. And why did I go through this show? Because people keep telling me, Elder, this ain't work. Hey, you're not consistent enough. You're not patient with your body. Let patient have her perfect works. All right. So I'm going to open up now for the lines because I stayed on more than an hour. And then my wife said, I don't think you can do it. I don't think you can do it. And I guess what I sure couldn't. She was right on that. Trying to help these people. Okay? Yes, so I'm telling the sisters. I have a wife too, so I mean, when it comes to these things that this premenopause thing, let me tell y'all something. You know how many sisters that we have to help with these things? So we have some with probiotics in it. Okay. And these products don't go for cheap. Like when you go to the store, go to Whole Foods and stuff. Some of these products, let me show y'all something real quick. What you see right there. Right now you see $22.50. Go to Whole Foods and try to find you a premenopause and tell me what you see. Tell me what you see. A non-GMO premenopause. Tell me what you see. $60. $50. They work if you're consistent with them. You cannot not have probiotics in your gut. That's why we put them in there. But you should still have probiotics at home too. Probiotics in your gut is so important. You cannot not exercise. You cannot not jump off your feet sometimes. You gotta, let me tell you, you need copper, iron, iodine, protein over 40. You need it. If you don't want the little pouch stomach, men and women, you need to exercise. If you are not consistent, you start to be jealous of people, envious, because you don't have the discipline to do these things. If you have protein, it will make you leaner, and more carbs will make you larger. I gave you that already. Healthy fats is a good thing, but not too much of them. Okay? So we just kind of reiterating it once again, but now I'm going to let the people go ahead and call in, ask your questions. I'm going to check the chat out for your questions now. But I had to go through these things because people keep asking me every week. 1 second. Call in number 979-398-5875. it's not about baptism tonight, but I mean, goodness gracious, you could just leave me a message if you want to get baptized. But I'd rather focus on what we're going through here, because we want to put you in that water, but I'm just saying I want to keep it on the lesson if we can. 979-398-5875. All right. So I'm going to look in the chat, see if we have questions in the chat as well. Until, can you take the female herbal tea every day? So we have a caller coming in already. All right. We got 256 area code. Who's calling in?
This is Brother Hallie from Huntsville, Alabama.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you, Elder? I called in before. I was the guy you gave advice to, who was visually impaired. Talked about your goat and the worm.
Okay.
Cleaner.
Yes. Sir. Yeah, I
was wondering. I ordered some, stuff from Lions Homestead and all of that. I'm visually impaired, so it's hard for me to, research things. I was wondering if
I see what you're saying. Well, I'm gonna tell you, I just came up on something. Somebody close to us sent us. I hadn't went through the whole thing yet, but I'm gonna tell you this, that like I said, I have to always put out that I'm not a doctor. I can't give out medical advice. But what I saw in it is that the DMSO thing that I was telling you about. If you guys heard, I said DMSO. And you can get it from Amazon. I don't sell it.
Yes.
As much as I want to sell it, the licenses and everything I need to sell it, I don't have time to go through it all to be able to sell it. But you could just get it from Amazon, and whoever's close to you, tell them do some research when it comes to what you're dealing with. Because there's things called floaters. Floaters in people's eyes are parasites. No matter what people think, floaters are parasites, and they can impair vision. But they're saying in that article that, hey, I have to find the article again, and I may bring it on the show. So if someone lives there with you that helps you out, they can take a look at it, and do the research of how they want to go about it. But I was pretty curious about it, is what I'm going to say, because it was very informative, but it just had so much massive amounts of information. But that was one of them when it came to the eyes. Because sulfur, even though it was used to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah, it has benefits. The body is made up of sulfur. And I used to put MSM drops in my eyes when I would be overseas to help my vision. But I just can't tell people what to do. But like I said, DMSO is just another form of sulfur. And the thing that can be dangerous about it is whatever you put on your hands, you put on your skin, it will go inside of the bloodstream. It passes the blood-brain barrier. And
like castor oil.
Yeah, but it's on a whole nother level than castor oil. It does, like, I'm gonna tell you, brother, when it comes to the heart attack and all type of stuff, it's a lot of research on it if you guys just research it, but I'm going to tell you, just look it up with the vision. You may not just find it on Google. So I may have to, just send you that article. If somebody can email me, and I would just try to send you that article. Or I will come up on it with the show one day. But yeah, definitely check out DMSO and see what you can do with it. You know what I mean? So
DMSO.
Okay,
G is in God, right?
D as in dog. DMS.
D as in dog.
Yeah.
Okay,
yes,
DMSO. Okay.
Yeah. And like I said, with anything, it just takes consistency. Like MSM, it works, and it helped my knee. It took me 6 months, though. I had to be really patient with it because it's like my body didn't really have enough of it because I wasn't taking it every day. And I had to learn it about supplements. I'm like, okay, something the body stores up because it hadn't had enough reserves of it for so long because I hadn't been living that lifestyle. So something people don't know that they have to do consistently for long enough and just be a little patient. Because even when Christ was healing people in the scriptures, sometimes some things took an hour, a day, yeah, sometimes things just take some time, but the main thing is just trying to be consistent. But check that out, and I think you might be shocked. But I'm definitely going, since you told me that, I'm going to try to, if I can get my wife to find that article. It shouldn't take us too long to find it. If you can get somebody to email me, and I'll send it over to you.
Okay. What's your email?
It is elderrawyaa@gmail.com. That's elder AHRAYA@gmail.com.
Okay.
And then when I come back on the show, I'll just give it to the people. It's nothing I'm trying to hide, so I'll just send it to the people so everybody's not emailing me for the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Because people, that's why I didn't just want to put it out there, because people gonna be hitting me up.
I'm
like,
sorry.
Yo. So it's all good. Let me tell you something, brother. I went to the Passover, and all praises to the Most High. But I just be trying to chill. But once I got on G.O.C.C. Media, I'm going to tell you right now, I had a whole line of like 100 people in line ready to take that picture. And because I'm a servant, I had to do it because I love God's people. So when I put that email out there, sometimes I be getting these emails like, but it's all good.
Okay, I got you.
And I'm going to pray for
one
you
more
too.
thing.
I'm going to pray for you too. But what were you going to say?
I was going to ask you about the exercise.
Yeah.
Real quick. If you're sore, can you still do calisthenics?
If you're sore?
Like if you're sore from like lifting weights, are you hurting yourself if you like, I feel like knocking some dips out, but I'm sore.
I've done that for years. It didn't. Now I'm gonna say this: everybody's body is gonna react different. I mean, me and you, Rock, we used to train through soreness. We didn't care. I mean, I used to train 1,000 pull-ups a day, no matter if I was sore. But I'm gonna say this: it comes a time after a while, your body's gonna reach a plateau of building a certain type of muscle. So you got to see, am I just going for strength, endurance, and just crazy strength, or am I just trying to build muscle? If you're trying to build muscle, I wouldn't overdo it, especially if you're over 40. Now, that doesn't mean you don't have times where you can't, crash out and just, you're just feeling it. But if, just listen to your body. But my main thing is make sure you put back in your body what's letting out. If you're letting out protein, if you're letting out amino acids, if you're letting out glycogen, like sugars, put back in your body what you need. If you're over 40, realistically, there's going to be protein, like in your meats, or if you're putting amino acids together, like rice and beans, or whatever the case may be. Just put back in your body what you need. That's the main thing. Because if you don't, that's how you get sick. So.
Okay. I appreciate it.
I'm going to keep you in prayer.
The Water Elder. Yes, sir. The Water Elder.
My man. All right. Shalom.
Shalom.
All righty. So because I can't read through every chat, if you want to call in, go ahead and call in. I will try to read through some of the chats. But let me see if I missed any calls here really quick. Let's see. Is this one I just missed? I think that. 1 second.
Please leave your message for...
Hello? G.O.C.C. Media.
Yes, trying to get through.
G.O.C.C. Media. This is Elder Rawchaa. Who's calling? From the 312.
Oh, Shalom, Elder. This is Og Downey from the body of Chicago.
All right, Chi-Town. All right. Shalom.
I just had a comment.
Okay.
Comment for you. Since I've been hearing you a lot about
mute me really quick because it's an echo. It's not good for the show.
Okay, there you go, right there. I've been hearing you a lot say about the excess boo that be tied up in the intestines, that be tied up in the stomach.
Yeah.
So I had ordered some kefir grains from you.
Uh-huh.
So I had like a little pouch. And since I ordered the kefir grains from you, I had did a fast, and I've been making me some kefir milk. And within 2 days, I've been going to the restroom, and all praises to the Most High, my stomach has went flat.
Amen. That's on you, brother.
I don't have that.
You the one who had the faith. That's what Christ said. He said, according to your faith, he said, as your faith is how it's gonna be, according to your faith. So you were the one who put the work in for certain. You know what I mean? And now you can open up the curtains.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it because you give it to a person that's raw. You no mixture. That's what I'm talking about.
Well, that's how you heal spirits, brother. That's why if we learn from a great elder, Elder Rawchaa, and Elder Rawchaa learned from Christ. Yeah. So Christ was straight up, and he didn't beat around the bush. So that's how you heal spirits. So we're not really here to hurt people's feelings, but at the same time, if someone wants to get better, it's like we have to really get to the actual point of what we're talking about. And that's when you go to a doctor, if you don't tell them what's going on with you or you don't want to admit to it, there's no way a demon or a spirit can come out. There's no way you can get healed. So, man, and all of us every now and then, especially when your metabolism slows down over 40, and it can happen before you're 40, depending on your lack of discipline. You got to get that. It's really stool. A lot of it's not fat. It's just old stool. And then once you start to get that stool out, you start metabolizing better. And as long as you keep your exercise up, blood flow, and jumping, like when I say jumping, I mean jump rope, jumping jack, some type of jumping, very often. The older you get, you should jump even more often, but transition so you will mess your ankles up. But it will keep. It's like I said, a bottle of water. If it gets sludgy. Like coconut oil. If you have coconut oil in a bottle of water, for example, if it gets cold, what happens to it? It starts to coagulate. It starts to get thick. But if you shake it up, what happens? Heat comes and it starts to turn to a liquid, and therefore you can now pour it out. Just the same way as the gut. So, praise the Most High, brother.
Nah, it blew me back because once I seen the results. Because I do a lot of calisthenics, like you say, I do the jumping jacks, I do push-ups, and I do a lot of pull-ups too. I have the pull-up bar. I don't really get out to the gym because I work a lot. So when I get home, I try to do what I can.
Yeah.
But when I seen the results of the kefir grain and when I fasted, and I was going to the bathroom consistent, and I was like, hold on, I'm not even eating. So why am I sitting on the bathroom? And then when I seen my stomach, I was like, you know what? All praises to the Most High. So I was like, okay, this is what's up. But I just want to say the water for that.
Listen, I'm proud of you, my brother, and I'm gonna keep you in prayer. I'm all for it. That's what I love to hear. That's why I just keep it real. Like it's, because it's like you either want to heal or you don't. And as long as we keep it real with respect, of course, it's going to filter out the wheat from the tares. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, man. God bless you, my brother.
Bless you too. The water, Elder.
All right, Shalom. Hey, man, my boy had straight faith. He came on here and said, man, I was able to go to the bathroom and make it happen. And that's a great thing because now you can think clearly. Now you can think clearly, and that's what it's about. You know what I mean? So, let's see. Yeah, buddy. Let's see. Let me answer some of these questions in here until somebody else calls in. You want me to turn my volume up a little bit? I apologize. Maybe I got too far from the mic. Just keep it right there. You know what? I wonder if his call was low. That could have been it. Sometimes when the Google number calls in, it can be a little low. I'm going to have to see how I can fix that or actually get you guys to start calling in Zoom or something. Maybe that's what that was. All right, let's see. If you want to call in the show, Zobermind, just call in. because I can't promise you I'm gonna answer every email. I just can't promise you that. I got too many emails to answer, and I'm a busy man, so I just can't. Like, some people want to talk about other stuff and all that. What I tell you is get with a local church, get with a local elder, and then let them help you out as well, because, you know, I get to them when I get to them, to be honest with you. I'm a busy man. You never heard of DMSO? Yeah. It's a lot of stuff out there. Can you take female herbal tea every day? Yeah. Well, I can't give any suggestions on that, but my products on my on my you understand, on my site, I take every day, most of them. My tea, for example. I just can't. That's the kind of site I can't put. We can't. We got to be careful what we say. I can't put that out there. How much MSM and copper should be taken every day? When you Google copper, I think copper about 6 milligrams or less. I've heard people taking 10, but you got to be careful with copper so you don't get copper toxicity. That's one of the main reasons I sell the colloidal copper. Very gentle on the stomach. It's something I can take twice a day. I think my colloidal copper, I think my wife gives me like 3 tablespoons in the morning and sometimes 3 at night. Very gentle on the stomach, and it on top of that, I got a whole copper vessel we store things in. So and I take 6,000 milligrams of MSM. You have to figure out what's best for you. You know, I had partial ACL tear, so I had to take the highest amount that a human can take to make sure that I was good. When somebody say you can't take it for a week and not feel the effect and complain, yeah, what's the name? Amya U2N4D. Yeah, definitely. That's what a lot of people do. I took it, it didn't work. It ain't gonna work in a day, because your body is telling you, your body slapping you in the face every time you say something like that. It knows you lazy, ain't disciplined, ain't been doing nothing, and then you go talk about something don't work. It's telling you ain't working. 520 area code.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people do.
Can you mute me
How
in
you
the
doing
background?
now?
Mute me in the background, you don't
Yes.
mind. Yes, sir. I'm blessed.
Oh yes, I was just at a suggestion about the upcoming Passover. How most of our when we go on the giving out information for how to help out individuals when it comes to their health. If because sometimes when we go on the YouTube, it's kind of, you have to say selective words so you don't get dinged or taken offline. So the wife just gave me a suggestion that she mentioned that we should have like a forum where if we do such things like the Passover, to have like a forum where it could just be unfiltered and just give it to the folks like raw on what they can do to improve their health.
I'm gonna tell you something. I love that suggestion, and I wish we can do that for Israel, but to be honest, it's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
The reason why I'm gonna tell you why it's dangerous: when you're dealing with somebody's health, our people want somebody to blame. So if something goes wrong,
that's true.
They want somebody to blame, and I would love to do that. That's why you always see everybody who deals with health. You know, some people will tell you to do certain things that's out there on social media, but that's probably because they're not selling those certain supplements or whatever the case may be. But if somebody actually has these things, they can't tell you exactly what to do, because they'll say, like I told another brother, and we laughed about it online. He said, "You remember, Elder, you told me to do this?" And I told him, I said, "Brother, I didn't tell you to do a damn thing. I didn't tell you to do nothing." So I had to let him know, even though we cool, I didn't tell him to do that, because he told somebody else to do something he was trying to help. But if something goes wrong, they need somebody to blame. And so, unfortunately, we can't do it like that, man. I know it sounds wise, but it just, man, it's dangerous.
Even if it's a suggestion, I get what you're saying. It is dangerous, but
no,
like more so like a health discussion.
We don't. I'm giving suggestions tonight. That's all I'm giving tonight is suggestions.
True.
But you see, you see how I'm doing it like Christ to those who have ears to hear, because you have to understand, all Israel is not Israel. Some people will be sitting in that crowd and then tell you, some people will tell you, and we come on the Hebrew and Bible Academy and tell people certain things as well, like basic stuff, but you can't really get in to tell somebody how to use some DMSO or some things that can be poisonous, to the body if used wrong, or tell somebody, hey, do this or do that with the wrong thing, because guess what? Something happens to them, they need somebody to blame, unfortunately, man. So I appreciate the suggestion. You know what I mean? And we're open for those things, but man, it's dangerous.
Okay.
But I really appreciate it, man.
I
I hate that it has to be this way, but this is the world we live in. This is the world we live in, man. If our people had like more wisdom and they were a little bit more loyal, but they're pure hearted, they mean well, but but you told me to do this, because when they tell them, hey, it's gonna be $100,000, well, I did this because you told me to do it. No, that's why my whole site, because I don't only sell to the church, I sell to Chinese, I sell to air, I sell worldwide, and I have to have certain rules and regulations and warnings before people buy to protect the company to be able to continue to help the people. You know what I mean? So you'll have some people who comes on here dealing with the herbs and telling people what to do, but that's dangerous, because those people will get blamed, and if somebody dies or gets hurt, man, some medicines or things don't complement things people are dealing with. And a lot of people will tell you, hey, you know what? I'm dealing with this. What should I take? They're not telling you the medications they're taking. They're not telling you the underlying things they're taking. And what happens is, as soon as they take that, guess what they blame? They blame what you told them to take, and they didn't tell you the underlying thing they had going on, or they didn't know they had something underlying going on. Some people have a cancer inside of them right now, whether it's something that can hurt them or not. Okay, cancerous cells, which are really microbes and things like that. And, they'll do something, and you'll tell them to take something, right? And then they'll have a Hexheimer reaction. They'll have liver enzymes going on because the hormones were already off. Their gut was already off. And they're blaming it on the thing you told them. But because you're not a doctor, you can't do that, because a doctor is supposed to go in and examine first what's going on with this person. So that's why we give people suggestions in a safe way so they can go and self-examine whether they're going to go get tests, whether they're going to go to the doctor and get tests, or they already know what's going on with themselves. It's for them to decide, like Christ was saying. He said, according to your faith, so is it going to be to you. So you got to have faith and works for yourself to heal yourself. Even when you come into the kingdom, every person has to seek out his own soul and salvation. So, yeah, we can give suggestions. This is not gatekeeping. This is opening the gate, but at the same time, making sure the gate stays open and not wide open to where the wrong people get in. It's opening it to the point to where we can continue to help the people. No different than what I spoke about earlier. Elder used to come on Saturdays and give the deep knowledge. People used to steal it. They would steal it, and people would say, well, let them do what they're going to do. No. The Most High said, give these to the wise. So that's just how it is. You got people, brother, who try to come on my site and scam me, steal from me. I had people stealing protein powders in Florida. I call the police. Police ain't do nothing, and they kept trying to scam me. You got people in the church try to get an attitude. You can't trust them because they'll try to scam you, and they claiming Yeshaya. Brother, this happens every day. So... And sometimes what I do, I just give them their damn money back and tell them don't shop in my store no more. I don't give a damn if they shop with me. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is. So I appreciate y'all suggestion though, because I know y'all mean well, brother. But we deal with these people, and it can get crazy.
No, it's understandable. Even if it's just a discussion.
A discussion is fine. A discussion is fine, but like I said, we just can't tell people what to do. Definitely, I'm down for the discussion. You know that. I'm definitely down for the discussion.
That's what I was referring to as the discussion. If you're able to, talk to folks, if the time permits for for Passover. But the wife would like to ask a quick question, if you don't mind.
No problem. Where are you guys from?
Here she is. We are from the Arizona body. This is Officer Ostermar.
Okay, all praises.
All praise. So here she is.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because it was phrasing not telling people what to do, but more so like, having like an expo. Because I know like, Esau when he gathers his people, he have like health expos and stuff in his discussion. It's not telling people what to do.
You said
But
who?
like,
You said who now?
how-
I didn't hear who you said. You said who?
so like white people.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
when they do
Yes,
health
ma'am. I know what you mean.
expos and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
I
Yeah,
know we
so they
had
like have this.
I know we had some other type of expo. So yeah, if the time permits and Elder wants to do it, we're down. You know what I mean? I can talk to Ramar and Elder about it and see if the time permits and see if that's something they want to do. So, because I don't know the full plans of the whole schedule just yet, but definitely whether it's going to be this one or the next one or even another time, guess what? I'm down for it.
Okay.
All
That
right.
sounds like a plan, and double honors to you, and thank you for taking the call.
No problem, my brother. Bless you guys, all right?
Bless you as well.
All right,
Shalom.
Yeah, guys, y'all don't even know, man. Let me tell y'all something. It's sad that you like this person. I'm just going to pray for him. As a matter of fact, you ordered 10 supplements. Every supplement you ordered, we're going to give you the money back. We're going to take the loss for all of that because your attitude is so bad. We're going to give you all of that money back and still pray for you. Even though you're in the wrong. Most people who order from me who come like that are in the wrong. And guess what? We give you the money back and we don't want your money no more. Because it never was about the money. Of course, when I'm selling something, you give a person the tool of money in exchange. But nah, man, you can't buy me. You can't buy me. I'd rather be broke with honor than walk around taking some people's money because they think I need them. Hell to the no. So that's just what it is. I didn't pass the millions of dollars. Trust me. I didn't told y'all the stories. As a matter of fact, I told y'all a story before. Money don't make me. So even being broke can't break me. Let me tell you something. When you got a man like that, he's already rich. I found $3,000. I found $3,000 in the streets. I told y'all that story before. Flapping around in the streets. And I needed that money. I could have used that money. I had just came back from Egypt. I didn't have money like that. I was working hard. Key was not selling any supplements except for every one supplement every 2 months. And I wanted to make sure I wasn't gonna get in trouble because I'm making sure nobody robbed the bank or nothing like that. Because I seen like a little case, but the case was a wallet. It was just a big wallet, and I ended up told my wife, I said, man, I was picking up number hundreds. I'm like, God, love me. But so what happened was I said, well, the inner me already kicked in, and I got in the car. And as I get in the car, it was a truck waiting in front. It probably had to be the Angels because I'm rolling by and I look at him and I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is his money. It's either somebody evil want what I got or maybe this is his money. So if it's his money, I'm just going to give it to him. It's not a big deal. But I got home and I said, well, let me see if there's an ID or something or a number so I can give it back to the person. I'm like, if I can't find it, of course, I'm going to keep it if I just can't find it. But I'm actually going to try to find it because somebody probably needed that money. Because they could have just left it on top of the car. And so we found the ID and we found the number. We hit the person up. I think it was on Facebook or something. And I went around the corner and gave the young Nigerian brother his money. So, yeah, Nigerians will come over here and scam us. But look at Judah over here. I gave that brother his three bands back. And guess what happened? The Most High ended up blessing me with that same amount of money every month, even more. Like that was added to my situation. So, Key start getting blessed, life start getting blessed, and it was a test. So it ain't about money. And I know it's sad, but people do come with attitudes, and most of the time, let me tell you who it is most of the time. Sisters. Sisters be having total attitudes, but it's crazy because sisters are going to need a lot of help with saving in the times to come. But we love our sisters, so neither here nor there. So, well, I'm going to get ready to get out of here, guys, because I'm glad the brother said that because I think we had a health expo before, though. But it's all good. Like, we down with having health expos. We just got to be careful what we tell people. You know. Like, we got another caller before I get ready to get out of here. 913 area code. 913 area code. You call right before we finna get ready to get up out of here. Where you calling from?
Kansas.
Kansas.
Yes.
All right. What's your name?
Keisha.
Who?
Sister Keisha.
Keishel?
Keisha.
I'm sorry.
Yes. No, you're fine.
All right. I was just trying to hear it. I couldn't hear it clearly. Okay. All praises. What you got for me, my sister?
Yes, I was calling because I am searching for or looking to be my body to be healed. I don't know where to start. I'm trying to figure out a regimen that I can go by daily to start the healing process.
Healing of what? Just in general, or what do you mean?
Well, I'm dealing with inflammatory arthritis. I deal with swelling in my legs, which has reduced a lot with me just doing the herbal teas that I've been taking.
Okay.
I was told that I have a regurgitating heart valve.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've been experiencing some spasm pain in my chest area.
Okay. So, you know, everything is diet, my sister. And sometimes people have to go on more extreme diets, more clean diets. And I'm going to tell you a few. I'm just giving you options so you can go and study to find out the way you want to go. But even when you go that way, you never want to jump on anything. You want to keep doing what you're doing and slowly transition. It's like a person learning how to fast. If a person ever wants to do a 7-day fast, they're not supposed to just jump straight on it. They would do, they would do no meat. All right, and then they would have the vegetables and the juice, and then they would do eventually no vegetables and just maybe a little juice where they getting the sugars. Then they would do water, and then they would do no water. And you see how I'm transitioning that, and then they slowly go into this for 2 days and 3 days. So because if you don't do it like that, you're gonna throw your hormones off. Your liver enzymes can be all over the place. And you would shock the body to keep fat. Even if you're trying to lose fat, the body will be afraid and keep fat. It's so everything has to be done in decency and in order in transitioning. There's a few diets, and I'm going to tell you something. Some of them are a little extreme, but I'm going to tell you something. I study all of them, and I don't agree with extreme. I agree with God's diet, but I understand that everybody cannot get to God's diet, meaning fresh milled flour. I mean, fresh milled flour have been said to take off people who had warts and all type of stuff because it has almost every vitamin and mineral the body needs except for 4, which I think is lacking. I think one of the B vitamins, iodine, and 2 more. But you have what's that diet called? You got the keto diet, which is very similar to the you ever heard about the carnivore diet?
No.
Okay, yeah. So write these things down. Keto diet, carnivore diet. And I'm not recommending them. I'm telling you to do your research on them, and you're gonna see if somebody had something similar of what they were dealing with. A lot of people are dealing with autoimmune issues, and believe it or not, those things help them. And really what they found out in a lot of these cases is that people were really dealing with parasites. Parasites cause almost every sickness in the body. Dr. Hilda Clark, I have a book over there. I have a few books that you can get. I have one called The Cure for All Advanced Cancers. I have The Iodine Crisis, The Cure Your Fatigue. I have some more there, but I can't seem to see them from here. But it's so much research out there. But carnivore diet is pretty much similar to keto. Then you have, which I don't promote. I pretty much don't promote this one, but I mean, you can do the research to see. But people do the vegan diet. For me, for a woman needing iron, not eating red meat,
Yep.
I feel personally, each person is different, that it's one of the most dangerous things a person can do over time if they don't understand how to do this diet, because you won't get the certain B vitamins. You will not get you will lack certain things, and then certain people's become anemic after a year or two, and they need to get blood transfusions. So it could be very dangerous, but you can still look into it so you can know everything about all these diets. Then you can just look up God's old diet. God's diet consists of fats, protein, and clean carbohydrates.
Okay.
Which are fresh milled. Usually it's going to be fresh milled flour. You can always get you a miller. You can look up people like what's her name? You can just type in fresh milled bread on YouTube. You can look up you eat butter. You eat the clean oils like olive oil, coconut oil, ghee, tallow. These things heal the body. These are all things from the Most High. Eating clean red meat, man, very powerful. So you got that. You got your fats with that. You got your fermented foods that you have to learn how to make, or you can get them from Whole Foods. They have whole food fermented things like sauerkraut or kimchi in the cold section, and they're made fresh if you can't make them yourself. Kefir or kefir grains. I sell them on LionsHomestead.com. But before you buy anything, you need to research and get an understanding on all these things. If you're smart, you're going to get it. And we all should do a cleanse every few months. What I mean by cleanse is, I can't tell you how to do it because I'm not a doctor and I have to be careful what I say on here. But what I do every few months is I might get a little ivermectin, or I would get a little black seed oil, or it's so many different things. Or I would get like something called fenbendazole, and look up these things and see what people are doing out there for themselves, and compare it to yourself, and maybe see which route you want to take. Because it's called deworming. Now, obviously, you have things like wormwood, black walnut hull, but so many people are online promoting these things without the knowledge of really what to do, and they'll hurt people because some people's body is different than the next. And what I like to do with that, I would take activated charcoal. And I would take an allergy pill. The allergy pill for me is from a doctor. It was recommended, who does cleanses of parasite cleanses, because it helps with the Hexheimer reaction. When when gases are coming out, because parasites, they will fart and poop in people. I hate to say it like that. And when they die off, they leave gases. And then it will cause massive headaches to the head, excuse me. And these allergy pills or this charcoal will help to release these gases and these toxins. So it's a whole nother level. I've taught this in many of my lessons on here, but I do that once every 3 to 6 months. If it was a serious thing going on, I probably would stay on it for a month, get off of it, get on it another month. You can also look up this. Look this up. I can't tell you what to do on this one now, but I'm going to tell you, you're going to find it pretty amazing. You can go to Rumble. There's a site called Rumble. Rumble. You can type in chlorine dioxide. Now, don't mention that to nobody, because it's you can go to prison for stuff like this. But just look at the information that's out there, because the powers that be don't want anybody mentioning or talking about this stuff. But Rumble is a place where they discuss it in these forums. And go to Google and also type in the testimonials of CDS. Testimonials of CDS. So, because that there, all I'm going to say is it's pretty amazing. So, but it still must be understood. So I've given you a lot of resources. Diet is going to be the main one. Exercise, and Everybody needs to deworm like the Most High did for us in the scriptures. He made us fast on the Day of Atonement, like we're his sheep. Sheep, sometimes they need to do that. You need to deworm them. So, when they're eating on pasture, there's parasites in the field, you keep them clean so they don't die and perish. And on Passover, what do? We eat what? Bitter herbs. Bitter worms do not like bitter herbs. You see a person like me always eating jalapenos and things like that because under a microscope, these hot peppers, under the microscope, I've seen with my own eyes, those jalapenos destroy some of these microbes. So it's so many things out there. I don't want to overflood you. I'm giving you something to study for yourself so that you know what you're doing and what you're putting in your body. But the first thing is diet and exercise, making sure you're getting rid of the things in your gut like your stool, eating clean oils, sea salt, no iodized salt, obviously making sure you're getting in your minerals every day. Copper is a main mineral you definitely want to get in. Iodine you definitely want to get in. But with iodine, you need to always start very, very slow. People just jump on these things and start taking so much of it, not knowing how much to take. So on my side, I can't tell people what to take or how to take it, but my wife takes, my children, we take colloidal copper every day. Okay, I take 3 tablespoons of it, and I make sure I'm not doing it with any vitamin C or zinc, so it doesn't take away from it. When I started with our iodine, I took 1 drop in some juice or some water or some milk or some tea, and I was very consistent with it. Iron every day. Iron is in our dandelion tea that we have on our site. But if you're going to take this other iron that's out there, like geritol and all of that, what's going to happen is it's going to make your stool very hard. And to take that type of stuff, like you have to take stool softeners just to be able to go to the restroom now. So I hear people saying seaweed out there. I'm sorry to tell you, you got to be careful with a lot of that stuff. So you guys are recommending it and you don't know what you're talking about. So it does have it in there, but you're dealing with a dirty sea now. So be careful. So sorry. Sometimes people try to teach. Sometimes people try to teach in our chat, and then something happened to somebody, and then they're nowhere to be found. Seaweed is good, but I'm just telling people, it's not going to have enough iodine for them anymore. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, start with these things, research them, and I'm telling you right now, a lot of things come from the things we've put in us, like vaccinations when we were young, and also everybody is going to have some sort of parasite or something they may be dealing with, tapeworm or this or that, or the gut is out of line. So it's not something that actually can't be healed. Okay, so revisiting what I'm telling you here, not shocking yourself and being consistent with it for long enough, you'll get what I'm saying. All right?
Okay.
So.
Okay.
And I'm going to keep you in prayer, but make sure you do your research because what I've just given you is really, really powerful. This copper is very important. This iodine is very important. But you got to know, don't overtake anything. It's all about consistency. Women be like an iron. They be like an iodine. They be like in copper. These things are so important. Magnesium, no less than 450 milligrams a day. All right?
Okay.
So what's your name again?
Keisha.
Okay, Keisha. From where?
Yes. I'm from Kansas.
Kansas. Are you following our church?
Yes. Me and my family, my husband, we've been with the church since 2014.
All praises. Well.
Yes, all praises.
Well, thank you for calling in, sister. Bless you and your family, okay?
Thank you. You too, Elder. Shalom.
Shalom. All righty. I'm going to take one more call because I see that I just missed a call. And then my wife like, boy, you can't, you said you could stay on for 1 hour, but I don't know. So they're not gonna answer. All right.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail.
All right. I tried to call him back. You say, would I suggest? I can't suggest nothing, but I'm gonna tell you this. So I'm gonna have a few different options of iron for you guys, but the reason I came out with the iron fish is because in an emergency, if you guys ain't got no meat and you ain't get no iron, it's gonna be rough on you. And y'all talking about y'all just eating rice. Y'all just saving rice. Shalom, peace and blessings. 478 area code. Who we got calling in?
Shalom, Aldo. I'm Daniel. Yeah, I just wanted to ask about avocado oil, if it's healthy enough.
I've eaten it before, and like if I give me some potato chips or something, guess what? I'm gonna eat it. It's not a big deal, but I'm not gonna really have that at home. I only eat every single day olive oil that comes from one country, and usually the one I get, it comes from Tunisia. It doesn't have to come from Tunisia, but it needs to say one country. But that's the one we have in our area. We have like 3 good ones that come from one country. I eat G butter, whether I make it or whether I buy it. I eat tallow, and I eat coconut oil. That's it. I don't eat anything else.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
I don't eat seed oils unless I'm eating some potato chips, because it's hard to find some potato chips out there without seed oil, because that's just how it goes. But you know, that part ain't gonna kill me because I don't eat potato chips often.
Done.
Right.
And thank you, Aldo. And another thing is, I asking because we have some trees and of avocado, and I just was wondering if it's okay to make some oil.
You can make the oil. I mean, you can make the oil, but you can do different things with oil outside of eating it. There's a lot of things you can do with oil, brother. Trust me.
Okay.
I would make that thing and store it. Trust me. I mean, if it's an emergency, you're going to live until you get to the next phase, but I'm just saying, you know.
Done. Thank you. So what
all praises. All praises.
Peace and blessings.
You too. All right. So we got this missed call from 661 area code. Let me see here. We gonna tell you no lies on here, baby. That's one thing I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you no lies. Hello?
Shalom.
Shalom. 661 area code. Who's calling in tonight?
Sorry about that, Elder. I'm at work. I wanted to ask you a question because I did try the MSM and I had a really bad knee, and it was amazing the effects that it had on my knee. But I want to know when you're going to have some more in, because I went to the KIIY and they said they're out.
Oh, okay. So a while back I had stopped selling it on there because it wasn't selling a lot, and I thought people didn't need it anymore. So I just started selling it again on my sister's site, LionsHomestead.com. I have it available all day there.
Oh, praise the Most High.
And don't forget, you need vitamin C to absorb sulfur. So always take vitamin C with it, because I've been taking sulfur for years, like MSM for years. And because of my knee, I had to take like 6,000 milligrams. I took the max that I could take, and I take a lot of vitamin C to make sure it's absorbed. And man, it's amazing stuff. So, and it does way other stuff. So.
Okay, so take the vitamin C with it. I also take the moringa. That's a big. Oh my God, my energy levels through the roof, and I'm 62.
Man, you better tell them. Let me tell you, that moringa. They'll be like, have you seen her? That moringa, I'm going to tell you right now. That thing, if you take it twice a day, morning and night, it is so powerful. So that's why I put it in my Lion's Brew tea every morning as well, because it's just so powerful. I got to have it.
It is. All praises, because I'm telling you, I'm 62, and I was kind of, feeling myself getting tired in the middle of the day. Now, I can go all day. All day.
Are you taking copper?
No, I'm not. Should I?
Listen, everybody got to have copper. And the reason I keep telling people that, because I thought that everybody knew that. So a few powerful minerals that the body cannot do without every day: iodine, copper, iron. You might already be getting iron possibly in your meat if you eat red meat, because a lot of people are not. They just not going to get enough in the vegetables, because that's not the correct iron that the body is going to absorb right. So that's why we sell that little iron fish that we have on our site. Or if you guys take iron, whatever, however you get your iron, whatever. But copper helps you to get the iron in your body. Also vitamin C. But vitamin C can't do it alone. Copper is so necessary, of why people are running on fumes and don't have energy, and they have like pains, and like it will turn on your pain receptors. You know what I mean? When you don't have copper in you, and you'll just be feeling pain that you don't have to feel because you don't have copper. So copper really gets that iron, so you can really have that energy, and it does so many more things if you just look it up. But it's one of those things. I had pain for 8 months. And I was like, oh, man, I'm thinking I'm getting copper from my food. I'm not getting enough copper from these sweet potatoes and all this nuts and stuff. Once I started making our colloidal copper again, I said, I got to let the people know. My pain went away in 2 days. So, you know.
I guess I'll be on the website tomorrow morning.
Yeah, so just go to lionshomestead.com.
Thank you.
And then, but, yeah, definitely
so
the
my
MSM
copper,
is on there.
Copper, MSM, iodine, and then my vitamin C.
The iodine is on keysupplements.com, but lionshomestead.com has some other stuff. But don't take the copper together with vitamin C at the same time. Just space it out 30 minutes at least.
Oh, okay. I usually do that anyway. I as soon as I wake up, the moringa goes in. Poof.
Gotcha. There you go.
And so right before I go to bed, the moringa goes in.
Gotcha. All praises. Well, thank you for calling in, sis.
62. So much energy.
Well,
all praises.
You're going to be 26 now. We're going to flip the numbers. There you go.
Amen.
All right, sis. God bless you.
God bless. Shalom.
Shalom. Let me try to get up out of here for somebody else try to call me now. Let me try to get up out of here. Let me see. Do I sell vitamin C on lionshomestead.com? No tallow? What do you mean no tallow? Tallow is good. Yeah, I didn't say tallow. I'm sorry. I thought I said tallow. Yeah, I definitely deal with tallow. Can you drink copper out of the containers to get copper the body needs? No, it's not enough copper in there. Sorry. I got a copper container. It ain't giving you barely nothing. It give you a little bit, but it ain't give you enough. So I got silver, copper dish. I got all type of stuff, but you know, it ain't giving you enough copper. So I got to get up out of here, man. Peace and blessings. What a great show. Hopefully we can do more of these, because I know we answered a lot, and I was trying not to miss something. But if I did miss something for you, just go ahead and call in my next show, and I'll still just answer the question. All right. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Don't be over deworming out there. That's why you like a zombie having Hexauer reactions, because you over deworming. Y'all done seeing all this stuff on Instagram and social media. Oh, we got to get the parasites out. Listen, it's not just about getting parasites out. You killing your body off. You killing your life source off in here. You over parasite cleansing. Every day you like, I see a parasite. It's like, nah, that's not what that was made for. Chill. Okay? Chill. Peace and blessings. Don't forget. Listen, I better see y'all in that Hebrew and Bible Academy, man. You know what I'm talking about?
The Bible. Is it hard to understand?
When it comes to reading the Bible, the first thing that comes to mind is the fact that this is the Word of God.
The seals have been broken, and the truth is here.
And when we go throughout the scriptures, when we go throughout extra biblical records, we find that the language that God employed, that He used to create the heavens and the earth, was the Hebrew language.
Christ said, I came for the lost sheep of the house of Israel. But yet no one, no religious leader, no religious church out there anywhere can now identify the 12 tribes of Israel? Can we? God is quite simple, but it seems as if man makes understanding him hard.
What are those mysteries?
The truth of your book and the truth will make you free. The Hebrew and Bible Academy.